The year is 5016 of the Union Era, and the galaxy is a frozen pond.
Stuck in stagnation and in denial about what lays underneath the surface.
But that has changed. Now, a ripple has disturbed the once calm waters, and even the Golden Core battens down their hatches, throws sandbags at their doors.
But that ain't enough. Brave heroes across the stars struggle to keep their precious galaxy safe.
But the tide rises ever higher. See now how they scatter to the wind and feel the weight of their decisions.
But we worry not, for now about protectors, those warriors at home.
Let us spare a thought for the hunters.
The predators who send their hope to the distant goal.
The Savage 21st, a ship fueled by vengeance and fate.
Now see their work as they struggle to become the weapons they need to be.
To hew what little humanity they still have in their pursuit, for their prey is elusive, for they seek
to kill a god.
It is the year 5016 of the Union Era, and the galaxy is home to trillions. At the core of humanity's territory, there is a golden age, but outside of this newly won utopia, the revolutionary project continues. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tears of Divinity Fading Chronicle, a Lancer campaign here on Neon Lights Roleplay. Before we jump into things, I do want to give a quick shout that Lancer is at its core a story about humanity and fighting back the evils of the old ages, and as such, those evils must be confronted. Players you see on your screen here have a direct line to me, but you, the audience, if you're at all experiencing any difficulties, the Savage 21st is available to provide exfil at the nearest blink gate at the simple click of a mute or exit button, or by simply removing your headset, taking some time, walking away, whatever you've got to do. Take some time, refresh, full repair, and get back in the field when you can. All of your love and support is always super appreciated by all of us on here. That being said, talking about all of us, while I am at the helm here as your primary GM, I am not alone at the wheel. I have a group of industrious storytellers here to entertain you in the mud and blood of the Lancer storytelling system. And I'd love it if we could go around the horn and let y'all introduce yourselves, tell the people who you are and who you're playing tonight, starting, of course, with the finest that Philadelphia has to offer.
Hello and welcome, friends. It's Young Foxy, aka Big Foxy, also known as your favorite Fox Philly's finest. Tonight, I am happy to reprise my role as the incomparable, incredulous, and oft inconsiderate current leader of this little gaggle of fuck-ups, Reiji Draws, call sign Toa. And I dedicate tonight's episode to the memory and work of one Atsuka Tanaka. Thank you for your work, and we hope you are getting very much rest after a long and lovely life. We appreciate you, and rest in peace.
And that will then bring us over to Legendary Vermin.
Hello, everybody. I'm Legendary Vermin. Tonight, I'm going to be playing Symbiosis Ads, your local cutie and weapons tech. Yeah.
I think that brings us over to the leader of the Lost Caravan. If I'm going to go on looking on my screen, I'm going to do a little reverse C here.
Is that me? Couldn't be. Hello! In a completely incognito disguise because Leon has been found out.
I'm sorry, who are you?
I've guessed Andrew couldn't make it today, so I'm here in his place. Hi everybody, it's me, Sir Hoopalot, you know. I will be playing Leon Holtz, call sign Dionysus. I am weirdly looking forward to this, even though I'm pretty sure Turk's about to pull some fuckery on me. But it's probably payback for the years of fuckery given to Turk, so it's due.
There's nothing in my notes that say screw you over. I haven't watched yesterday's episode of Your Game last night, so I mean, apparently I have to. That being said, I think that drops us over to Meg Mysteria.
Hello, I am Meg Andor Meg Mysteria. I get to bring back Elena Victoria, our previous Commander-in-Chief. Yeah, I get to have some very strong words with my boyfriend, who may or may not be Leon.
I don't know.
Yeah, you should be afraid. Just because you shaved doesn't mean you get to walk away and hide.
I don't know, that tactic seemed to work pretty well. Oh, never mind.
Yeah,
all right.
that goes for you too, Jordan. Sorry, my boyfriend's in the actual chat, so.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I was like running through all the NPCs in the game, being like, wait a second.
No, actual boyfriend is in chat.
That all be.
I was editing polycule maps in my mind as we spoke.
It was one of those things I was dashing through my mind palace, pulling books off the shelves, consulting charts of people the party is fucked.
Sure,
phone a
there's an
friend.
explanation here.
Can I phone a friend?
This Jordan guy doesn't exist, but everyone's fucked.
Put red strings.
Okay. That being said, I mean, I'm always ready for some red strings. Here, got pins and a board and everything. That being said, why don't we do a quick little recap of what happened last time? As I say, when last we left our heroes, they were entering the Shiva system proper, with the intention of heading towards the planet Chrane. Or rather, planet being a generous term, it more so being the largest asteroid in a particular belt sort of deal. I leave the exact specifics of what exactly its celestial body is to the fields of astronomy, because I'm sure there's an ongoing argument for people whether it is in fact a moon or sufficiently large asteroid. That being said, taking their...
Sorry, somebody had to.
I appreciate it. That being said, heading there with the intention of getting a less than scrupulous read on the situation. Looking for folks who maybe aren't going to be towing any company or political line and getting some straight ideas about what the heck is going on. This was complicated by the fact that a large Union vessel sporting lancer wings and weaponry showing up on the doorstep of what is unabashedly a pirate merc illicit trading planet would not be a good idea. It would probably lead to what could be generously called kicking a hornet's nest. And there's some very dangerous hornets. So they have opted instead. They opted instead to slingshot off of the Half Nelson to shoot into an asteroid belt. And after an encounter with a pretty serious merc group that not only did some damage to them, but also revealed some interesting truths about some situations already. Hey, this direction seems like a pretty fruitful one, even as we go, just maybe not in the way you wanted. They were able to dispatch their foes and continue on their way, limping more so than probably they were initially. That all being said, as we catch you all up in your cockpits, moving closer to Chrane through the asteroid belts, you still have coordinates pulled from the enemy's mechs for where to dock on essentially what is this long dry dock sort of thing. Not really dry dock. It just a harbor, quote unquote, for you to link your mechs up to, which seems to be just one of many that bustles and juts out from these habitable zones. Believe last we left, you were basically just about to get there. So has anything important changed with the overall plan of trying to get in and, find some disguises and false IDs? Otherwise, you'll have more bounty hunters on you than if you don't get yourselves fake IDs and some disguises quickly, you'll be about as popular as a piece of steak in a dog park.
And don't we just love being popular?
How does IDs work here?
Well, the mechs will probably have an IFF. IDs is going to be a complicated thing. I mean, obviously, assuming like there's certain government records of like your biological scans and certain things like that with an invasive enough read, someone might be able to pull up. But usually with stuff like tech skin and I think that's the name of it, not sin skin, but like self skin and other ways to obscure identities. Standard obfuscation of faces and maybe a really quick having a different ID to present if someone were to like ask for it. If you're suddenly like if like, oh, I don't want to pull my wallet out in front of everyone here because they're gonna see my like ID card or something, that hesitancy might prick some ears up, because these are people you'd guess that are looking for folks who don't want to be found.
Yeah. So maybe to narrow my question down as much as possible, we're talking people have like hard IDs printed on flimsy of some kind.
More so you're probably not totally aware of the system here, but I mean, if you've been on the run from a serious mega corporation, I'd say that you would know.
If anything, I would argue that I probably have a spare identity on hand, personally. Because that's what happens when you're running from
it's a digital profile, and if people find a fake profile, then again, like that might raise a few eyebrows. But for a bunch of other people, like, yeah, of course, I'm not going to go waltzing around with my real name out there.
Yeah, I'm mostly wondering if the forgery is something that I could work on the way here.
Sure, yeah, you can make me a roll.
Okay.
A Ron Swanson and just have a note that says I can do what I want.
You specifically can't do that, actually.
Hack or fix?
Yeah, I think I could work here.
Yeah.
Establishing a fake identity.
Yeah. I think that's the closest I got. That's a 14.
Oh, 14 is perfect. Yeah, so you're able to get some passable degree of work here. I should grab the Lancer book because I will probably have to consult it at some point. But that being said, I know 14 for this instance, absolutely. Enough that you feel like you can get everyone, just something to keep some scanners off their backs.
I love the idea that, in fact, I'm not trying to make perfect IDs. I'm trying to make some that pass the sniff check, but don't pass the squint test, because those are less likely to get looked at, in my experience.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. You want just the right amount.
The right amount of faked,
Mhm.
and the right amount of stinky.
Mm.
The kind that mercs love to use when they're out bounty hunting.
Mm. So yeah, absolutely. You can fake some initial digital IDs, though. Of course, I mean, your information has probably been circulated to some great degree of detail.
I also brought a Prosa collar with me, which is a collar-like device that fits snugly around the wearer's neck, projecting a holographic image over their face and head. They can change the wearer's voice and scramble or change their appearance. It won't stand up to close inspection, but it'll fool electronic systems and distant observers.
Mm-hmm. Love that. Sounds good. So, I mean, you're basically handled aside from, getting in too deep. But at that point, you'd probably be very well aware. But if that's all, we can have y'all dock up and...
All right, we're getting close. Anybody got immediate plans when we get here? Open ideas.
Look for some kind of safe house, some kind of fallback point.
Reasonable. Anybody else?
Can someone quickly remind me what we're just looking for, like generic information, right?
I think the general plan was like, well, I guess in character. I'm gonna ask around in general, seek for any gossip. If we're in a place full of movers and shakers, someone's gonna know something about something interesting. And if we're gonna get a lay of the land, well, we can do that here. Figure while I'm at it, why not see if I can make a few ends?
Stations like this normally have a Horus cell. I'll see if I can hook up with any of the techno geeks out here.
Seems reasonable enough.
If anybody's gonna know about, the tide coming through, they'll know about it.
See if there's any old military call signs out here that might still be functional. Might be willing to lend us a hand for a paycheck, of course.
Elena, any plan on your end?
I'm gonna pick something up for all of us first. Then I've got somebody I'm going to look into.
Ominous as that sounds. All right, we break apart then. Leon, find us somewhere to duck low. Sim, check in with whatever geeks you can find. I'll talk to whoever I can talk to, and Elena, assume whatever nefarious task you're usually up to. We'll save talking about the elephant in the room until we're somewhere private.
I'd like to
Not a word
pick.
from Leon. Not a word.
I'd like to pick up what I'm looking for before we all separate.
Fair enough. And what is it, if you don't mind me asking?
Seeing if we can find some kind of an inconspicuous tracker and a burner device for each of us to keep track of it. That way, if one of us happens to get snatched, we can see about locating our missing person.
No argument here. All right, we got our plans. Let's keep mostly calm dark till we get too close. Don't want to spook anybody else, yeah?
You got it.
I'm gonna cut the squad line and then briefly tap Leon's private line for a moment.
Something I could help you with?
She's gonna kill you.
Not today. Look, we all got secrets. We're all running from something.
Hey, you won't hear me arguing with that. I didn't say I had a problem with it. That one, though, she didn't take well to being lied to, if I know anything. But hey.
The alternative to lying was death. So I took my chances.
Well, if I could offer a man any advice, it'd be while lying in the bed you made. Tried to move around too much, gets messy quick.
I appreciate it.
Good luck out there. And I'll cut the line from there so we can go calm quiet and figure out where we gotta be.
There's a message that pops up on everybody's like text feed that says, "Don't forget to put on your civvies. People don't just rock wetsuits out here." And it's got an animated GIF of Sim going like, or an emoji. An emoji. It's a custom emoji. Our server has custom emojis.
You just lost a cool point for saying GIF.
I'm sorry that I'm a
We're
programmer.
not having that argument right now.
PC
We're not doing
Yeah,
it.
we're all good. We're all good.
We're not doing this right now. This will become the entirety of the stream. We'll be here for 3 hours.
I mean, we were planning on being here for 3 hours anyway, so.
As long as we're here.
The quality of the content would suffer.
Getting properly towards the hab bubbles that have been built onto the crater. This one in particular seemed to be, well, it's just the one you were offered. So hopefully hopefully this is a good one to be in. Looks more. Peter just turned off because the wires are bad, but I fixed it. Anyway, damn Horace. Anyway, it looks here less like a properly constructed city and more a collection of ships and hab structures that have been sort of stacked on top of each other and built. Everything here is ramshackle is not the word because there's obviously a level of care that's been put into it, and the varying degrees of design and cultures presented here are massive, but it does all look like someone took a variety of Lego packs and just sort of threw them together and did their own thing with it. Like no one is fully one recognizable way or another. The people here similarly share that, where it looks like every single time you turn and get a glimpse of another alleyway or restaurant or shop, there is as much of a chance of you seeing people comparing high-grade military equipment as there is folks just seemingly sitting in a tea shop and chatting about the news. And even then here, it's clear that everyone has a level of edge to them. The amount of missing or replaced limbs and modifications that are clearly partially done for, functionality and then added on with flair is quite impressive. Already you are being bombarded with e-ads pinged to all of your devices for local restaurants, local chat rooms, local meetup places, local bars, local fight rings, local mech combat. Want someone dead? Contact me. I kill good. Make brain go blast in space. No one know.
Every single one of those that comes to Sim, if there's any traceable information on it, it gets sent to she basically resells their information to the spammiest space email lists imaginable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's like getting signed up for the Democratic and Republican message blasts. Signs them up for all the public facing lists.
You're,
Big brain go blast.
you could probably take a
What the-
guess that one, if they're just hitting your phone up, they might already have a strong enough of their own firewall to have that not be an issue for them. Or these are programs that are running for so damn long, you're probably just setting them into a perpetual loop of something that is growing and festering in a dark corner of the galaxy. Not your problem. The spam bot
Are
fight
we
is a
literally
separate
trying to
one.
stop one of those?
Different.
Oh, it's fine.
Literally trying to kill a spam bot, or was it a god? I've forgotten.
Same difference.
Tomato,
Anyway.
tomato.
It was a Palm Pilot. It was a very scared Palm Pilot. Anyway, y'all are here.
Reiji will come out of the cockpit already working at his hair and slowly pulling his locks apart bit by bit to make his hair hang loosely for the sake of disguising himself somewhat, and just, all right, y'all heard the call. Find what you're finding, do what you're doing, and stack up afterwards.
What's his fashion like?
Honestly, Reiji is going for like as completely basic as possible. So like industrial pants of some kind with like a few too many pockets, most of which are probably just filled with various nonsense things or tools occasionally. Does he forgo a shirt? Why would he wear a shirt? He's Reiji Draws. Forgoes a shirt, obviously, but definitely, I think, has a secondary hoodie that actually has sleeves, unlike the one he had on Spar under his jacket, and is throwing that up over himself once he's done with all of his hair. It's also found a pair of sunglasses. Why he has them doesn't matter.
You can just quickly 3D print those. Works fine.
Exactly.
The printer of the cockpit can give you those.
Leon's like full, almost just like street urchin attire back from like when he first met Reiji, actually. With the, up around the face, at least obscuring 3/4 of it as much as possible. Quick in and out, right?
Such was the plan. Elena, any luck on that bug?
Elena has to actually go into the shops to go find it, doesn't she? She's gotta go hunt it down.
Spying it at you.
She leaves. She climbs down from Legacy cockpit, and her attire. Actually, she looks drastically different. Thanks as a combination between the info skin and wearing casual wear, which is very different for her. She's wearing almost like spandex that cuts off at the thigh. Ankle boots, white ankle boots. It looks like there's almost tattoos coming up the leg. That end up matching tattoos that are around the eyes on the face. Eyes are golden colored, not the blue that she's usually got. And the jacket that she is wearing looks rather military, very close to almost a military jacket, but still a little bit baggier, to kind of go with the more streetwear design. There are several belts around the waistline. One of them is holding on to a she is carrying a sword. She does not go without her sword. And her hair, how she usually wears it up, her hair is pitch black, hanging down, but the sides are braided, almost to give it a mock undercut.
Reiji leans over to Leon and just, they say if a woman changes her hair, you're done for.
Yeah.
Sim descends from the cockpit of the Raven on the ascension cable and is the most civilian looking out of these motherfuckers. She's wearing not like work overalls, but like cargo overalls that end like the they only go up to like tummy height, not over boob. And they've got like two big pockets in the front. She's got a crossbody bag over that. She's wearing like neon colored platforms that the like buckles that go across them to keep them tight to her shins light up every step. And she's got a really oversized jacket on that's done up in like the I don't know I think of it as like the preschool palette. There's like certain like Kelly green, this one shade of red, yellow, and blue, and it's a jacket that's like way too big for her over that, which of course is concealing the fact that she's carrying a plasma bow with her.
This motherfucker said they were the most civilian one here and came out in neon light up Skechers. I don't want to hear that shit ever again. Don't you ever lie to me again like that.
I look like I'm dressed for a cyberpunk situation, and y'all are like, I'm wearing military fatigues.
I'm literally wearing my current outfit.
I was that outfit.
It's fair.
I'm Harajuku civilian.
What did you expect from Elena? Come on.
It's true. It's fair.
I grabbed a trash bag and just threw it over me.
So yeah.
All right. Well, guess we're gonna go find us a bug first, and then we're gonna split up.
Sounds fun. I would love to, like, let the other two go ahead and walk out beside Elena. If you get done with your, what you're working on, we could go check out that safe house together. Might be nice.
Have we gotten the tracking situation sorted out?
I think we're waiting to go do that. Or I think we're gonna go do that first, and then we're gonna split up afterwards.
Yeah. Okay.
I think someone's headphones just died.
My headset died.
Yeah.
This is why we need to get those burner phones. See, this is the reason why. You gotta stay in contact. It's all narrative. It's meta narrative.
We could probably find a nice secluded spot to have a little bit of a more private conversation.
I'm sure we can.
Ice cold.
He ain't happy with you.
Yeah, Reggie just hands
Well
in pockets,
deserved.
walks forward closer to Sim.
Yeah.
Not touching that with a 25-foot pole.
Well deserved on Leon's part.
Just keep that in mind next time you cross me.
He shivers in fear. Darling, I would never.
Gremlin mode.
Yeah. The animation quality degrades significantly. She's just going around like this, like one frame every 2 seconds as she stomps along in the background.
She is going to add that I'm sure you had your reasons for lying to me. But right now, we have an assignment.
If I told you it meant life or death. Well, no, I wouldn't change anything. I'll come clean. Just when I can.
I'll be holding you to that.
Good. I'd like that. Double entendre.
I get it, because physical touch.
Comedy.
We're all adults here.
Are we sure about that? Have we confirmed that?
Yeah? God, I hope
I don't
so.
know.
I mean, thanks to time dilation, we're probably all well over 200 at least.
Turbo adults.
I don't have any triggers that's going to help us out here, so I absolutely defer.
I mean, Elena's grabbing the bug, so I guess it would be Elena with the triggers, yeah?
I'm hunting things down. What am I doing?
Potentially getting
What
a hold
are
of
you
something.
doing?
I am going shopping. I'm getting the tracking devices. Ideally in maybe some form of an earring or a ring. Just something small that will likely be kind of glossed over if one of us were searched.
I mean, I do have data plating, which can take the form of anything from just like a small piece of jewelry.
I mean, I
Yeah.
also have data plating.
Yeah, if we just got like a burner version of that, that should be fine.
Yeah, I just need to have a roll to do that.
Okay. Let's see. We have to get a hold of something, but I don't know how well it would play here. I
Can't
did
put it
a
on
roll.
Family credit card anymore.
Yeah, I know. I can't be like, "Hi, I'm Elena Victoria." Yeah, my family aren't war criminals. What are you talking about?
To be fair, if there's one place that probably wouldn't matter too much, the whole war criminal thing, at least specifically, anyway.
No, I don't have a bounty on my head. What the fuck are you talking about? What's all this
Doth one have
about?
any useful
a
skill triggers that one
15.
might apply here? Oh, never mind. You don't need them.
15.
Yes.
Okay. So you do manage to find a sort of, let's be generous and call it a junk shop, where a good degree of various low power, low capability tech is being hawked and sold with
Oh, if we were looking for a shop, could I have used Spot?
no, because you're looking to
No?
get specific
Okay.
tech.
Okay.
That's not like a, it's not like a scan the shelves for the deal situation. You're actively seeking out. So in this case, it's shopping, not hunting. But that being said, you are kind of greeted quickly by a merchant who will show you some various wares, and if you name your desire for some communication devices that are private and quiet, you're shown a variety of small data plating. You're ensured it's definitely all closed system, because pretty sure they can't even function without outside of their own wave bands. If you're trying to communicate with anyone too far, it won't work.
How far is too far?
Too far.
Sim nods sagely at that.
Yes.
It'll be a fun little guessing game then.
Very fun indeed.
What are you asking for them?
Mana, naturally.
Not much.
I'll name a price that I think for you probably sounds reasonable. I don't know, is anyone here particularly financially fluent? Because I think we have 2 ex-convicts, prep school, and tech head.
Oh, preps. Okay, tech head. Phew.
No,
Hey, I would argue.
I was like-
I would argue. I've stolen plenty of things and enough to get their general value, especially in a place like this.
Yeah,
Like the for you sounds reasonable comment. Like, yeah, that's that tracks.
I also feel like just grime and criminal underworld aside, Sim is probably relatively familiar with the cost of like data plating in a small frontier-ish station.
According to the long rim, a cup of coffee costs 0.001 mana, and a ground car costs 20 mana.
For each of these, I think, without having to get into the weeds about how much you are all actively being paid on a per GM basis,
We get paid?
Yo,
Yeah.
hold on. Do I get a salary increase for taking on command? Because hold on, this whole thing might have gotten way better suddenly.
what do you think the license levels are? That's just you getting money to buy things. It's you know.
I thought we were out here doing post scarcity, Turk.
I mean, mana is 0. I don't know. It's not really tied to anything. It's kind of just a floating resource, and you're not in core.
Economics of Lancer aside.
So you'd probably, in that case, Sim, you'd probably be able to note that, like, there's a little bit of bilking going on here, trying to push what's clearly a new blood on the planet, see how much, but it doesn't seem like this person's being actively malicious about it. It's just like, hey, let me push this junk a little bit harder, because obviously there's some interest.
Does Elena have any data plating on her by default? Is
Yes.
that a nod?
Yeah, Elena has data plating.
You just get a silent message that says haggle. We don't have to do that on screen. It's just like that's what Sim would do in this situation.
And with some light pushback, you'll walk it down to a much more reasonable price for what is effectively walkie-talkies. And not like military-grade walkie-talkies. They seem to be referencing some really old, obscure, like series of some kind. I don't know. They each have like a little symbol on them, but none of them are like perfectly reproduced onto the other. But yeah, you can effectively get the little...
Are they like roughly palm size? They've got like a little square screen on them.
I was thinking more like an earring or something.
Oh, okay.
Not a Tamagotchi.
I was thinking.
Okay,
like,
well, yeah, absolutely.
This is a Tamagotchi. This is
it's like a you can do have like a Tamagotchi size thing. Yeah, so you can add that onto your various belt loops that y'all inevitably have as space future people.
We just have a Tamagotchi that cycles through everybody's faces. Like,
Leon is hungry. Leon is sleepy.
Oh, Lord.
But yeah, you each have
That's one
what is
thing down.
effectively, yeah, very small way to keep track of each other within a reasonable distance.
I'll go hunt down a safe house.
You taking Elena with you?
As long as you trust me to survive that.
I don't think I have a choice in that one, even as your commander.
Of course.
You two, stay in contact. Don't getting anything stupid without us there.
Save the stupid till you get back.
Sounds good. Think I'll turn to Sim and just got a place to grab some good food and good conversation with some random ne'er-do-wells. You up for a date, babe?
Yes! I thought you'd never ask.
He'll hold his arm out and just, good luck, you two.
Okay, who wants to handle what first?
I got this.
You sure?
Always.
Okay, let me find the emotional music.
Oh no.
I have act unseen or unheard, if you feel like that would help to find this place. I have spot. I have stay cool. Survive. I feel like I'm really fighting for my life here.
Well, I'm more interested if you want to pair it almost like a downtime activity, somewhere between scrounge and barter, and I don't know. I'd give it a survive though.
Natural 20, here we go. 16.
Natural 20 is not a 16, but 16 is still pretty good. But you have to choose. You can either pay with time, dignity, reputation, health, comfort, and wellness. So
I mean, health, comfort, and wellness. Like, I'm not looking for anywhere fancy or clean or sterile.
okay.
Love to get sick.
You both begin
I just
making your
want to
way
get sick and die.
off of what is kind of like the main road, so to speak, that main thoroughfare of bright shops. Though, I mean, this is stacked, and as soon as you get off of what is a clear cut remains of maybe what was once a mining operation town, it becomes just packed and tunnel like, more so than a proper city infrastructure. But kind of using your instincts for where people are moving and observing like where folks are going, you do find what is, with a little bit of elbow grease, you tug open. It's effectively a storage locker of sorts. Getting the door unstuck and letting any rancid smell begin to pour out. It looks like there's a bunch of junk and some old kits from some other people who were camping out in here. The top of this is obviously covered in black soot from some kind of cooking or personal enjoyment. But honestly, who knows? Because it's going to be, at least that smoke helped kill most of the mold.
Oh, good.
Glad those bong rips went that crazy.
This should at least keep anyone off our tails. Should worst come to pass. No one's gonna want to look here. Alright, here's the deal. And if I could, is there any way as a pilot on foot to do like a scan for bugs or anything?
Yeah, you could make me a hacker fix.
I don't have that. I could roll D20.
You could roll me a d20. Maybe it'll be good enough, but maybe that DC is a little,
I'm the one Lancer player in the history of the world that's never taken hacker fix.
Hey,
Yeah,
I don't have hacker fix.
Yeah, no. You don't notice anything.
Might I, perchance?
Do you have any reason to begin scanning other than Leon's quickly looking at his phone?
Well, Elena is not one to overlook where she is.
I think Elena's even more paranoid than Leon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it-
Turk.
Yeah, go for it. Go.
Da, 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 da. 17?
slightly higher than
17's higher. You don't immediately detect
Slightly.
any. You don't immediately detect any active listeners to any of your devices that you just bought today.
All right. Leon Holtz, call sign Dionysus. That is not the call sign and or name that I was born with.
Gathered as much.
But I didn't take it out of malice or out of fun. The day I adopted all of this was the day that I joined Reiji on Spar. And I thought my life was over. I did it to protect someone I care about. The moment anyone found out I wasn't who I said I was, he was in all the danger that I was in. Look, I've never lied to you. A name, for me, a name, my name, doesn't mean anything. As long as my actions have always been true, it's the best I can do for you.
What's your real name?
Is that what you want to hear in a planet like this? Is that what will earn me back just an ounce of trust from you?
I want to know the actual man that I am speaking to.
Isaac. Isaac Holtz. Leon is my brother. Was, is, I don't know. Some folks seem to think he's still alive.
Considering you have an eyewitness who spoke to him last week.
I didn't think he'd be dumb enough to keep the name and the call sign.
Certainly a choice. Look,
And
Isaac, Leon, whatever you're going to choose to go by, sticking with Leon might be the dumbest choice, considering there's another one going around using that. A name is everything.
for you, darling, your name means something.
You know those dog tags that you carry?
Of course.
Those names mean something.
To those people, to those loved ones, of course they do. I'm not saying names don't matter in general. I'm saying my name don't matter.
Your name's on a dog tag, and it would go to somebody.
I wouldn't have changed anything. I did what I had to do. I did the right thing. I paid for it. I did my time. After this, if you want me transferred to another team, if you want to leave, fine. But I don't want you to.
I'm not going to fault you for doing what you had to do to survive or what you thought you needed to do. I'm not going to fault you for lying. But it's not going to change the fact that I'm upset that you felt like you couldn't trust me.
It's not you that I couldn't trust. You're practically a celebrity all across Union space. You don't feel like you've had eyes and ears on you every minute since we've been together?
And yet, Sim and Reiji both trusted me to keep their secrets.
You're right. At the very least, you should have known I wasn't who I said I was. And if you'll have it, I will find a way to make this up to you.
Right now, we don't need to continue to go into this. We have an assignment. We're here to do our work. So that's what we need to focus on. We found our safe house. Let's go find Sim and Reiji. I have a feeling that if any of these people got even remotely close to Sim, Reiji would lose it.
That is a fantastic point.
That's why I think Sim should probably stick close to you.
I think that was almost a compliment.
Why don't we jump over to the two of you, who I assume are trying to find a spot to grab a drink, get a vibe, get some food.
Can we smash cut to already have been eating?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There's 3 times as many empty bowls in front of Sim as there are in front of Reichi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and dessert is
okay.
on the way. Again.
Swear there was a black hole in your stomach.
It's rude to comment on somebody's eating habits. I'm thinking for 2.
All forgiveness I've asked for. So, you think those two are okay?
I hope they will be. If there's anything that's Elena's good at, it's compartmentalizing to get the job done, but that's not super healthy for her. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think they will
I expect
be.
we'll walk back. I expect we won't know when we walk back. We'll probably play it off. If we're lucky, we'll walk back and they won't be clothed. If we're unlucky, we'll walk back and Leon's dead.
I don't think that's going to happen.
I would hope not.
You're too scared of women. That's...
Yeah, you seen my wife lately?
I feel like Mimir would have something to say about that, but I don't know what.
Well, at least I'm getting the right impression that I want from all this.
Also, we're here looking for what were you looking for specifically, Reiji?
Well, I figure if we're gonna find out what's happening in this system of ours, someone around here is probably gonna have some kind of info, gossip, rumor, whatever. So, I might just mingle a bit. You're looking for geeks,
Nerds.
Yeah.
I'm looking for nerds and freaks.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you'll find a couple around here. nonetheless, if we're acting like we're incognito, maybe we don't seem like we're easily a couple. Make it less suspicious?
Well, pow.
You bastard.
Not
I don't want to talk to you
exactly.
anymore.
No.
on your data plating, it's just like sorry. I still love you. Sorry.
He just not what I had in mind, but that'll work. And he'll sort of get up, offer a wink, and I'll go find some trouble.
Let's do you first.
I love it when you do me first, darling. Sorry, I had to. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm not actually that sorry. Turk, I don't think this is a specific downtime action. I'm perusing the list of mine as I have them, and I'm not. I mean, gather information's probably the one I'm going for here more than anything else, I would say. Could also maybe get a damn drink, as there are some options that could be there that are helpful for me, but...
See this to blow off steam, carouse, and generally get into trouble.
Sure. So I'll if it's cool with you, could I go with let's see. Can I go with get a damn drink, honestly? And because I think there's at least one option. There's at least one option on the list that I actually like here.
Sure, go for it.
And could I use my word on the street skill trigger?
Perfect, yeah.
Perfect. I got a +4 in that because Reiji is so sociable. As a 19 on the die for a 23 in total.
23, you get 2 from the list of your 10 to 19s.
Perfect. I only wanted 2 things from that list. I would love to gain a useful piece of information and a convenient opportunity.
Flip a coin.
You think I have money? I have a quarter. Holy shit.
I manifested it there. Don't worry. That's why I asked.
Okay, cool. I dropped it anyway.
You gotta test my
Thank
powers
you.
sometimes.
What a
I
magic
have a second
trick.
one. It's a heads.
Heads. Okay. You are going to... Oh, I know. I made you flip a coin for nothing because I immediately fixed the problem that I had in my head anyway. I imagine you present yourself as someone who is like open and looking for, looking to get involved in the area and wants to make a name for themselves.
I think that's kind of my general play is like how I'm gonna try to come off as. I think as far as who I'm looking for, it's just anyone in this, I'm assuming we're in a kind of like, simple like bar restaurant type vibe. Anyone in here who's like sitting bar side and looks like they've been in a place like this for a while. Your bounty hunter, your mercenary looking folk, someone who clearly sees like they've been around this part of space for a little bit of time.
You can clearly see that there is an older contingent here. The type whose table you can't normally access. Some you can't access because they were actively guarded, and you're figuring those are people who are of note and power, whereas others are definitely more barfly. Maybe their time has come and passed, or they're just here enjoying a retirement. It kind of imagine yourself on the opposite side of the U-bar from where you left Sim.
Perfect.
But like I said, there's like this big collection of replaced parts that people who've clearly seen a lot of trouble and not bothered to go into a vat to get it regrown.
I think Reggie's gonna walk up in the moment that at least one of the group of sort of vets or hangabouts is ordering a drink. Walk up next and 2 of them actually. Thanks.
Well, I hope you're paying for that second one.
Pay for them both. Why not?
Wow. You earned yourself this seat. He smacks it, and you can see it gives a little bit. More so from shoddy construction than anything this old timer is clearly putting out power-wise.
He'll kind of lean against the bar and kind of put at least one knee up on the chair. Thanks, OG. Appreciate it. Got a name?
Oh, names don't mean much around here, but back in the day they called me Lucky 23.
Name like that has to be earned. Story behind it?
I'm lucky. My squad used to have 25 people in it.
Think you're the last one left then.
Oh, well, the rest retired or got out of the business the old way.
How long you been in a spot like this?
Oh, I've been bouncing around. Sheba's a quieter spot. Good place for some folks to make some big moves or stay quiet and keep your head down on some easy stuff. Though, I mean, can't say much of that lately.
Oh yeah? I'm a little bit new around here. I'm from Carol off the Carpathian line. Just got enough of prison business long ago. Figured it was either hired gun work or slumming it somewhere in the core world, and I ain't doing that. So tell me, what's happening around here?
Well, I'm not a gossip, and I'm not stepping on toes of any info brokers. They'll have me singing Dixie and talking about a Daisy girl till my hands don't quite work with and probably unionize on me.
Take it all easy, OG. I don't need info.
No. I'm gonna point you in the right direction because no one wants to watch the young bloods get run over by some of these boats around here. Look, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to look for a place that they're all called Mama Mams. It's a food chain by the looks of it, but you walk in there and well, you don't order food. That's all I need to say. You'll get you some contact details. You can ask questions about how to maybe eke out a living here. And I'll tell you what. There's some of the older folks around here and I are gonna go catch a little mech scrap. But more so than that, we're gonna have a chat, a little chinwag. Figure out what our next moves are, and if you're smart, you might want to listen.
Listening's never been my strong suit. I'm down to try it out, though.
You might want to get
Rachel...
your ears cleared out then, because listening's 50% of staying alive out here.
Thankfully, I've got friends who listen better than I do, and as the drinks kind of come over, Reggie will quickly look over back at Martin there. Keep those coming. You mind?
Not at all.
Next one's on me too, then.
What do you get called by?
I'm Maltby's last name. Call sign Blitz.
Well, hopefully I see you on the right side of things.
And if you don't, hope you're a better shot than me.
I'll just be reading about it, but I'll put out a little warning, a little word for you. And he'll take a big swig of the drink you got him, and
I'll follow suit.
I'm sorry, I might have totally missed something. I was just trying to catch up on reading. Is there anything else in particular you want to know from him, or?
I think that's a solid piece of info. I've got where to go. I know where to meet with him. Is that both of my pieces there? Is that both of my information and my opportunity?
Yeah. You do. You get the look. He shows you on a little map that he'll mark for you. Was effectively a small robo fighting ring.
Sweet.
Looks.
Well, I'm gonna go cap some chow. See if I can't find a pretty lady to talk to. And I'll bother you later, old timer.
Oh,
Appreciate the
well.
chatter.
Enjoy while you can. Life's like dust out here. It keeps blowing by.
You keep safe, yeah?
That's why I'm still here.
I'll nod, take my second drink, and I'll turn on over and go see if I can If I can't locate my wife, I'll wait till she's visible. But that's a good way to, pass us over there if we need to.
Hi, you have an idea. Okay.
If you already have something, by all
No,
means.
you tell me, give it to me, yeah.
So, I just had this image in my head, and it seems so very cool. If I can add to the scene a little,
Sure.
as Sim is, sitting there waiting, just listening to the sound of people ordering drinks and the sound of cards being laid on tables as a small gambling den sits nearby. It all starts to sound just strangely. There's a pattern in it, in the drinks that are ordered, in the certain music that plays on repeat, in the sound of the clinking of machines and the laying of cards. All of it is creating a Omninet address. It forms into a perfect pattern that can be traced back to a unique location on the Omninet.
Absolutely. I fucking love that.
I love that Sim's autism has been activated. Yes, the pattern. To the internet.
Sister, do you want me to? You want to make me a roll to get connected?
I think I can get connected. What? You feel like that's a charm? Are they people who you would call a receptive audience? I bring excellent memes and specifically on the off chance that any of them are NHPs, I bring some of those NHP soaps that are like slowly transitioning between like several different colors that we talked about on a previous episode. I bring the episode where Chartreuse breaks up with Olive Green, and Olive Green turns slightly more lime.
So yeah, why don't you make me a charm?
Okay, great. That's a 13.
13. Okay, on that. Ooh, okay. That's interesting and good. So you do connect as you find an OmniNet address and connect it to as essentially a backdoor chat room that can kind of, with the assistance of your half brain, half wife, half.
I mean, it could just be me pulling up the old subjectivity enhancement suite.
Oh yeah, you do have a suite there. But yeah, you find yourself in kind of
the old SES
little area, like a chat room, basically kind of, I'm imagining almost like a VR chat style thing, just with a lot of various customization and factors, and it's booby trapped to all hell as you get through there, and even once you're in, you find yourself kind of standing in a perilous sort of position where if you're not careful, you're gonna literally drop your consciousness into some hole of some
Metaphorically,
kind.
I'm standing in a bucket of water holding a hair dryer that I can't turn off.
Mm-hmm. But there you are, of course, bombarded with a variety of information and messaging and just this whole thing. I mean, if you ever changed your CompCon settings to show a Horus chat room, it's like, use Maria141H, repost this message, or else your HP cascades in the next minute. Soup then responds with soup time. Someone else puts, all Metacore pilot want is get hot core and blow up. And then people getting banned for
Vex memes circulating in this chat is astronomical.
Hey, look at this funny emote. Paste it in your computer. It's great. Paste it in your terminal. It's great. Imagine not being the Android in the year of our raw 5016.
Is Sisyphus happy?
What
No.
I think
is Sisyphus 0?
I cast Cascade your NHP.
Yeah, I think Sim has like a very particular disdain for the pure chaos of like Horus chat rooms.
Mm.
Like theoretically these are her people, but actually no, it's Clan Folsom.
It's yeah. There is definitely a level of like that reverence of the NHP as divine, and that kind of like we need to be a part of tech and like incorporate this fantastic system into ourselves. And this is just like, check out this cool kickflip if I make my mouse do.
It's I think Sim is like, so many of these motherfuckers are such posers.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe I have to go to the hipster check. God damn it.
But posing a question, you know, there's some actual big fish that swim in pools like this that like to cruise.
I think Sim, because OmniNet is localized. I think Sim will say something along the lines of, right, will restate a common problem that you find in the wake with technology and just see if anybody bites. Like, oh yeah, my data plating had this weird thing that happened to it the other day. I just came into the system. Anybody know what's up with that? Is there like some new malware? Blah blah blah. And just, you know, baiting that hook, see who bites.
Mm-hmm. You get a bunch of replies being like, probably some core worlder first time going out of there. How's that golden cradle looking now, you baby? Ha 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 ha. Can't believe you let your data plates get hacked. I actually reverse hacked the wave and am God now.
In the inner space, Sim is explicitly backseating now because she's just like, I fucking hate these people. I hate these people. I hate these people.
Then, but you do get some pings. Yeah, the wave event. That shit was crazy.
Genesis wave event. I like saying it like that. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm. Like a big fucking splash across the galaxy, and we're just getting hit, and we're getting hit with it here, like super hard. But you're like way behind if you're just getting hit now. What rock you crawl under, friend?
Long-term cryosleep.
Wow, icicle over here. Cool. Ice baby, ice baby, ice baby. Various pictures of a very blonde man.
I'm sadly also white. Post a picture of Vanilla Ice. Or whatever like equally cringy rapper is available.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's always gonna
Pop
be some
icon.
really cringy white icon.
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Yeah,
there you go.
But like, you know.
Yeah, but relevant. Yeah.
Post collapse.
Mm-hmm.
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
It's like a super degraded image.
There's only 5 pixels.
5 pixels. They move around.
They've like they found a way to reverse JPEG fry, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
But it does not end with the picture looking like the original image.
Mm-hmm. I will. You are gonna get like a somewhat like private ping. Like this is a big server, but you can still kind of be pinged directly, which I think is what you're looking for. Someone with that kind of access and power. It's like, you want to hear about the Minerva wave? Genesis wave.
Anything that you know about what's been happening with it in this system, yeah.
I don't talk to people I don't know.
I'd love to get to know you. Smiley emoji.
Cool. Send details over.
What? I imagine that Sim. You know what Sim's gonna send is instead of like actually like personally identifying information, what Sim will send over instead is more of like a hacker's calling card. Um, but it's a reference to back when she was uh when she did like the pro wrestling but in Mecha. And it was it's like a modified fork bomb that uh it's a small piece of programming that won't harm their system, but will be recognizable as like, oh, if you've seen some of my work, you'll know roughly who I am, even if you don't know exactly what my name is.
Yeah, you're gonna get back. This is a great start. I am gonna need the rest of your info now. When you can send it over, we'll activate live meetings. We'll send a live ping for someone you're gonna want to talk to. Should have most answers, assuming you can find them.
Not everybody can show their face. Not everybody can show their face in this part of the galaxy, especially with HA moving in.
HA moving in. Okay, interesting. So you know a little bit what you're talking about. Okay, Best Among already agreed to a meeting with you. Loser actually likes helping people. Anyway, go find Alibi or whatever.
Sorry, what's the important piece of information there? Because you're saying it in chat room speak.
Sorry, Best Among is apparently your contact at Alibi or whatever. That part is a little unclear.
Oh, that's the URL.
No. That is not encoded in a URL. You were just kind of told to go to Alibi. Or whatever.
I'll pull up in my subjectivity enhanced area. I'll pull up a local map and see if there's like a bar or something called Alibi.
There super is.
Hey.
It's got some great star ratings. It's a solid Alibi.
There. Fuck.
Immediately starts review bombing it.
You get kindly and asked to please don't mess up my local review systems.
I wouldn't really.
No, but yeah, I'll say how about this as we head to break. Were you just doing that right in the bar, like because you could totally just find yourself
just
sit in your seat and...
like somebody comes up, drops off a dessert. Thanks so much. And then we'll look like she's scrolling something on the data pad, like a book. But like only one of them is reading the book. The other, somebody's always interacting with the Omninet, and somebody's always reading the book. And every so often, like they'll switch places, go back a couple pages, and keep reading.
But yeah, I'll say as Rage is kind of going around doing your thing, and you finished up here in what probably is a bit faster than even we portrayed it with access. You're just gonna hear a voice behind you. Is the seat taken?
You motherfucker.
Is it Cowboy?
I knew he was gonna show up. I was waiting.
He doesn't look like he recognizes you, but he does just give you a little like, sorry if I sit here, a bit of a full bar.
Kill him.
To me?
Yeah.
No, go right ahead.
I don't want to interrupt what's probably important business.
Kill him.
And as he
jaw. I'm gonna break a
saddles
lot of
up
things real
and
fast.
motions for a drink, I think that's where we should call our first break for the evening.
I'm gonna break a lot of really important things on his face and body. We'll be back, friends.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Last we left our pilots, they were all getting at some bits and pieces of information. I think we should rejoin them in that effort. So, who wants to take the lead here first?
Well, we left off on a conversation that was about to happen, unless we want to have some people show up unexpectedly or expectedly. twirl in her hair. How you doing over there, Vermin?
I'm doing good.
Mm-hmm. Sim, is it your go then?
I guess.
So I think you've been voluntold.
Okay, I've been
I said,
voluntold.
I gave the options. I
Hey.
gave the options.
Well, okay, so I think that Sim is mostly just going to even if maybe she recognizes him right off the bat. Maybe it takes a couple seconds. But like I think she's just gonna play it cool. And like if he starts talking to her, then she'll talk back. And maybe she'll also, like see if she can pop into the bar security, see if there's a camera pointed roughly at them, make sure he's not got anything under the table, girl stuff.
I mean, the dude's obviously has weapons on him.
I mean, so do I, but like, are any trained on me? That's
No.
the
Why would he-
$1 million
why-
question.
Why would he do that?
I mean, it seems really rude.
Yeah, and he told you if he was gonna come get you, he would tell you.
And he hasn't told me.
Exactly. So I don't think you have anything to worry about.
I agree.
I don't like how flirty this conversation is. I just want to say it. I just want it said.
This had not been a conversation. This is an
Just
internal
let me
monologue.
flirt with Turk.
But yeah, he seems just content to get a drink, and he seems to raise it to reading through things. So not one to interrupt somebody working at a book.
Yeah, I think at some point, she'll have done the research that she wants to do, about, alibi. And she'll get to like a reasonable stopping point in the book. And then, pick it up, toss it in her pocket. I just leave? I talk to this man? I don't know. It seems like a fun opportunity.
Do it.
I mean, meta narratively, yeah, talk to him. It's probably important and gonna give us some useful information and lore and shit.
Know that you are citing his death warrant.
So true.
Yeah, his blood's on his blood's on your hands, but like, go for it. It's fine.
I'm just a friendly person. You seem like you know a lot of people around here.
Oh, well. You work my business as long as I have. You make a few friends and a few folks you get in scraps with. It's kind of like friends. Just gotta make sure they ain't pulling weapons on you.
Frenemies.
It works, sure. You new around here? Normally I recognize most folks at these watering holes.
Yeah, more or less just passing through.
Well, that's the way to do it in Chrane. Here for too long, I think you get stuck in the rock, quite literally.
Have you been here for too long?
Oh, I just got back in.
Recognizing so many people.
I just got back in, but you run to these sort of circles long enough, a few familiar faces always pop up one place or another.
Well, if you've been around Chrane, you've probably got the lowdown on what a girl can do for fun.
Of course. I mean, what kind of fun are you looking for, though?
Well, I'd say my go-tos are I like dramas, I like scraps, and long walks on the beach.
Well, ain't much of a beach around here.
Sim has never been to a beach in her goddamn life.
Suppose if you get yourself a little ship over to Tremu, that wouldn't be too bad of a spot. Beautiful down there if you get a chance. But Well, for some drama and scraps, we got some mech combat around here that's sufficiently scripted enough in some degree that got a bit of a storyline going.
Big sparkle eyes. Do you know if they're running an event like soon?
Sure. They basically got it going all the time. Always some folks willing to put on a bit of a show or actually settle some blood feud or another. It's mean out here.
Where do they run that at?
Oh, well, closest one's a little bit of a stadium not too far of a walk from here. I'll tell you, actually I'll be heading over there myself soon enough. I could show you the way if you like.
I have a couple of errands I need to run. But
Sure.
if you're gonna be there, I will meet you.
Well, I look forward to seeing it then. That's another friendly face in the crowd.
Does he give me the name of the place?
It's not less of like doesn't really have a name. It's kind of just the Dome. It's like this is where it is. It's the Dome here. Just warning you, it ain't the biggest construction on the planet. I mean, this one's just here for some good drama and a little minor skirmishing. If you want any of the bigger action, that's elsewhere on Chrane, but those are private affairs normally.
What's your name? I didn't catch it.
Oh, well, most folks around here just call me Sundance.
Selenium.
Selenium. That is excellent and a mouthful. I have to look you up.
I hope you do. And with that, I think she's gonna teeter on over to Alibi.
So yeah, I mean, he doesn't head out that way, but as I understood it, Reggie, you also had a thing you'd like to do, or you were in the area. I mean, you could have seen that going down.
Yeah, I think he's currently digging his nails into the underside of the bar as hard as he possibly can. But I think the moment he sees Sim get up and leave, he'll also make an exit. Probably just not immediately seeming like he's following her, just, probably leave through a different exit and wait for a little bit, but eventually do follow in the same direction as her. Probably planning to meet back up and chat about whatever just happened in there before we go off wherever she's going.
Okay. I'm outside the bar.
That's
scooting
fair.
off.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna...
I would have like messaged on your data plating saying like, trying to get the download at Alibi, and then a station ping.
Interesting enough place. And yeah, I think he'll sort of take that and sort of follow behind. Eventually, kind of meet up on the walk towards Alibi and just. So, that went fruitful, I suppose.
Well, what part?
Oh, I met an old man. Learned about a few places called Mama Mam's around here. It's supposed to be an eatery, but if you ask the right people, you can get some good info. Also learned about a scrap down at a local ring. Some vets showing up.
I'm going.
You're going?
I'm going.
What'd your new boyfriend ask you on a date?
Jealousy is not a cute look on you.
I did not like how he was looking at you.
With eyes, I assume.
All three of
Not
them.
now, Mimir.
Oh, should I wait for later? I thought that conversation was very pleasant.
That was Sundance, by the way. I don't know if you recognized him, but
And for someone who's potentially going to try and kill us, at the very least, nice to get on a first name basis like that. Or at least
The
it calls
Mark we ran into? Another reason to break his fucking face open.
Not if he doesn't recognize me. That's a man who didn't do his research. Or if he did do his research, he's at least keeping to his word. He said he wouldn't come after me without letting me know first. He didn't let me know first.
Ain't he just courteous?
That is what he said he was, so...
Nothing if not.
Alright, it's dropped. What's this alibi place?
What's the vibe that I get from the Omninet cafes?
Well, it's a bar offering space views and casual dining atmosphere, but that's basically just a cover for. There's alcohol here. There's enough dark corners and sound dampeners that you can have a private conversation without anyone else overhearing. The kind of place that people meet up and handle things that need to be talked about out in the open.
I assume that there's
they do a pretty good job of covering up all the bullet holes. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, loud rave music playing,
but
like all of the booths,
sound dampeners.
Yeah. You can hear what's going on just inside the booth, and then there's people getting sweaty on the dance floor at all hours.
Of course. Some of them might even want to be dancing.
Yeah. And Sim
like
is also
spot.
going to dance.
Should we find our two dance partners first before we head over there?
Let's check in with them.
Alright. And I guess he'll pull his version of the Tamagotchi and see if he can get a ping on where they are.
You reached Caden. How can I help you?
So, had a pretty good spot. Got some good eats. Met some cool people. What are y'all up to?
Taking a moonlit stroll through the streets. How'd you find
So you're cool.
Romantic.
If only.
Well,
Did you
given
find
that you're both
someplace we
clothed
can,
and alive. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Given you're both clothed and alive, I assume that means you found some place we can lay low for a bit?
It's not exactly 5 stars, but it'll do.
Pete's prison.
Drop that
Very
pin.
tasty. Not that I'm being paranoid or anything, but since it is a safe house figure, maybe I'll hold off on putting out a ping till we need it.
Ugh emoji.
Well, we got trackers, so head back there and we'll meet you there off your own pings, huh?
You got it. Meg, did you bite your cat's tail?
I think after
gotta
He was in
Cutting
the
the
way.
car.
I needed to teach him a lesson.
you have to assert dominance. I think after cutting the comm, Reiji looks like he's kind of nods in the direction of where they're gonna head for a bit, and then just I didn't do anything, just saying.
How do you mean?
I let him sit there the entire time and talk to you, and he walked out with all of his teeth intact. Just saying.
She'll stop. Grab his hand. Touch his cheek. Reiji, that is such a low bar. Hold yourself
here.
to a higher standard.
I'm working on it, yeah?
I know.
All right, let's find our two lovebirds. See where we're sleeping for the night.
Just because he's a guy, right?
It's not just because he's a guy, it's because it's all of it. It's the cowboy demeanor, it's the annoying swagger, it's that, well, okie doke, little Maddie, aren't you so nice that... I fucking hate all of it, personally.
You don't think that Leon has cowboy swagger?
I find Leon agreeable. Leon also doesn't spend his time flirting with my wife.
That sounds like it's coming back to the he's a boy thing.
Yeah. Interesting.
Real reductive of you, Reiji.
Maybe it's just
Yeah,
because
whatever.
he has flesh.
Oh.
Reggie's deliberately not answering that. He's just stomping off.
Yeah, we'll head back and let them follow our pings.
Yeah, you can all link up unless there's something that you guys want to have, two of you who weren't in the bar wanted to have done in the meantime.
By the time we get there, we found the equivalent of crepes on the way.
Yeah.
I just
Well,
want to do a passive spot check to make sure that we're good. Like we're not dealing with anybody watching or following
Okay.
us. It was a nat 20. I feel like it is a waste, but you know.
Yeah, you don't see anybody.
A nat
Yeah.
20 to know that we're not being followed, I will take any day.
That's true.
Is fine. I will accept it. We are safe. We are good.
So yeah, you all link up.
Well, shit. You didn't lie. It's a shithole.
I've slummed it before, but I feel like I'm gonna get a disease. You've all gotten your tetanus, right?
That was
Brief
probably
flashback.
included.
We get a brief, like, thought bubble flashback to, like, Reggie getting a health screening for joining the Union and punching the screener in the face. Yep.
Motherfucker, you do not want tetanus.
The shittier the hideout, the less likely anyone is come looking.
And the more likely we're gonna get fleas.
Fleas I can deal with.
Space, please.
So what's going on? We got any leads? We gotta run.
A couple leads. No running yet, thankfully. Met an old timer who knew his way around the place. Mentioned a food chain. Mama Mams. Apparently all the movers and shakers around here could be found there. If we act like we're looking for work, talk to the right people, sure we'll find some leads on whatever the fuck's happening in this system of ours. Then there's the mech ring.
Of course, there's a goddamn mech ring here.
From what I hear, there are several.
It's probably just a bunch of trash pieces, barely held together worker bots. All just rip each other to shreds for mana.
Sounding like home, old man?
There, as he says that, there is like a terabyte of the greatest moments of mech wrestling just like sent to his hard drive.
Or just look around. This isn't exactly a good place. You're gonna find some high quality competition. I'm
It's
worried
not
that
about
No.
the competition. It's about the storyline.
we'd also
And about the
stand
people
out.
we can meet there.
We would not stand out. Everyone likes mech wrestling.
She's got a
We're
point.
trained pilots. We'll be fighting against people who barely know how to run the damn things.
You don't know anything about this, do you? We're gonna be in the audience. Just show up and sign your name. What do you think? Do you think that the betting on them is real too?
Bets on. You know what?
Well,
I
I've heard
trust your plan.
I've heard stupid things come out of you 3 sentences in a row, so I thought I might as well check.
I trust your plan.
There's also the fact that that vet and some other people who know their way around are meeting up at that ring to talk shop. Chinwag, as the old man called it. Invited me over. Figure I might listen in.
Sundance is also on the station.
Oh?
Mhm.
And he's still alive?
By the grace of
He's
some
not-
kind of god.
He said he wouldn't come after me unless he let me know first, so he didn't let me know first, and he didn't seem to recognize me.
You sure you should be out there then, showing your face? Bound to be someone's gonna recognize you.
Well, that's what I got the muscle for. And she's gonna link arms between the two of them. Winning smile.
Nonetheless, between that and some place Sim mentioned called Alibi, that's all we got for leads.
That's good enough for me. And do we want to go first?
I mean, timing wise, some of you could go to the fight that will be occurring soon, and then other folks could head to Mama Mam's and see what that's all about.
Oh, could we, Turk? Oh, could we split the party?
You could, but you know, I'm not in charge of you. I'm just in charge of everything else.
I'd be happy to go with you, Reggie, if you want to check out these mech fights.
Hate to say it, but yeah, that's probably for the best call. Then again, isn't your friend looking for you when you get there? Looks over to Sim.
Oh yeah, probably.
That's kind of what I was hoping to avoid. But if you think it's a better idea to let it happen, trust your judgment.
We just don't show up together and I think it'll be fine. I don't think
disagree
he's
with that.
expecting me to like sit at a table with him. I was gonna go watch the fight. And you and Reggie can do whatever
My business is with the vets.
espionage stuff
All right.
you're into.
My business is with the vets anyway, so I'll be talking to them while the fight happens. So, unless those two somehow intertwine, Leon, you come with me. You're my mercenary duo, as it were.
Oh, that was going to be your boyfriend for a moment.
In your dreams, old man.
Oh, it is a thing against cowboys.
Elena, any bright plans in that brain of yours?
Always. Leans forward expectantly.
Sorry, Meg is on a downswing of medication at the moment, so I'm struggling with processing. So at the moment, it stands everybody, the three of you are heading for the fights at Madam Man's. That's what
Madam
not
M's
at-
is a separate place.
Yeah, we're going to the fights, and then at some point we want to go to Adamam's and Alibi.
Yeah.
It seems like maybe we should all go to the fights and then split for Adamam's and Alibi.
kind of what I'm thinking.
Makes sense to me.
Cool.
So then,
Just want to jump in. It's Mama Mam's, not Madam
Mama
Mam's.
Mams.
Mama Mams.
That's what
Other
I'd say.
words.
I was saying Adamam's because I didn't write it down.
Mama Mam's.
Mother Madams.
And Elena will just chime in and say she'll from the fight, and we'll probably just end up circling the crowds, listening in for gossip, and then just kind of keeping an eye on things. If Sim's gonna watch the fight, she'll keep an eye on her. If Sundance shows up again, to kind of stave Reggie's concerns about him, because from obvious demeanor, he's not gonna let it go.
And if there's an
I'll deal with him when
explosion,
there's
we all
time
come
to.
running.
Sounds like a plan to me. They'll tend to follow us anyway.
Ready, break.
So, making your way over to the dome, as it is
Keep going.
called.
Making my way.
Downtown.
Walking.
To the dome. And anyway, you see it is a encapsulated but like dug in pit in the crater here, with a variety of kind of cut in seats, Coliseum style. There appears to be a number of vendors and other small service drones offering and hawking any kind of food, or, well, most Coliseum foods you can probably think of. Anything that's fried or able to be carbonated, you can probably get here, as well as some stuff you even probably some of you don't recognize. But yeah, you'll obviously fights will kick off. I'm gonna, the combat seems to be small amounts of like half-size mechs, of varying degrees, going at each other. The announcer always brings them in with very bombastic interludes about their struggles and catching everyone up on the story before these things occur. It seems like these people have been double crossing all of each other all the time. You're confused why any of them would ever team up with any of them at any point, but like they do, and then when they're inevitably betrayed, sometimes in that very match, you're still finding yourself a little, oh, how dare they? But
this is the cultural exchange version of Sim watching those weird NHP soap operas in the other direction.
Yes, it's, oh my, another betrayal. How, oh my god. How'd they do that? I'm taking down notes here on the schematics. Anyway, oh, and what they're doing in leading space. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Wait. And you're gonna hear me move. This is just the soap operas again.
I also like the idea that we see somebody pulling the same shtick that Sim does, where she like pops out, like rodeoing in this sort of situation is like way more common, because it is scripted, but it is a great way to get fucking squashed. But yeah, they like at some point somebody would be like, "That's the thing." See, I do that.
I think Reggie just leans over. Love it when you do that.
I'm not sitting with you, just to be clear.
Then I will say it to myself.
Which is cute. It's really nice. That's what my wife does.
That's what my wife does.
But yeah, the rest of you, it's not difficult because this is not a particularly, I mean, like, there's people here, but this stadium is so massive, you would have guessed it was probably used for something else at some point, that you can see pockets and eventually recognize your guy, Lucky 23. Kind of, they're less so all sitting looking forward and more so are all kind of congregating. Some of them are turned around completely to the fights, but they all seem to just be like stretching out or getting seats and figuring out food about right now.
Yeah, Reggie will like nudge Leon and like thumb his head over towards that direction and slide over. At some point, he walks over to a concession stand and buys some kind of strange fried rodent, and without thinking about it, just oh, nice.
That's
and
good.
Just, we'll stumble over and kind of like. Won't say much, but we'll kind of like nod and look 23's direction and kind of just like sidle himself up kind of next to him. Not necessarily in the huddle of folks, but kind of directly next to it. Very clear, like, I know what's happening here and I'm attending to be here for it. Yeah. And like tapping for Leon to sit beside me. And if anybody asks who he is, I have an answer for it. It's fine.
Absolutely, take a seat.
The group there don't seem to mind who joins around them. Clearly, a lot of these people here are old and important for the amount of folk who give them deference either as they're going by or who immediately want to kind of gather and know what is going on. You might not know any of these people, but clearly there's some degree of fame and import in the circle, including, of course, Sundance Kid, who will be a sort of late addition and, saddle up and be enjoying the fight while also obviously keeping an ear to the circle.
Oh, wow.
All right, might as well get this whole thing started. So, I don't think there's anyone's, any mystery here that shit's getting a little too hot. You can say that again. Transport's down way too much to be reliable raiding routes. Anywhere we used to hit, it's got double the security. Not to mention all this new talk of Union reps moving in and warships being slotted to appear in the recent times. That's to say nothing of our usual spots getting completely decimated by the sounds of things. Hey, where did those cultists get all this damn mana? I mean, frankly, I feel like they've bought way too many of our young folk out from here. And I'll be honest, here my folk are bristling for a chance to go and show what for to those capitalist pig dogs on Tremu. How are we supposed to compete with that and their message? Well, as a start, we're not a bunch of crazy sun worshippers. Sun worshippers who pay quite a bit and are sticking it to corporations and other exploiters where they can. I understand you're a bit of a gentleman, but I can't ignore that things are getting a little bad. I mean, has anyone here actually seen any halfway decent filled cargo freighters coming off of Sing recently? That's what I thought. Whatever's going on there has got them all holed up worse than they already are. And I know somebody is buying folks out for some black ops, something they're not talking about. Well, enough being around the bush. I'm calling it, folks. I think I'm gonna call here for myself. Give advice to anyone within my circle to do the same. Go where exactly? Well, as I says, you got two options. Heading into the rear of whatever this tech nonsense is. Hopefully find somewhere that's already got it sorted out. Try and race it. Or head to Cradle. Cradle? Are you mad? People of our reputation still can get a pardon. As long as we promise we're done with that sort of thing. You want to still pretend like you're a threat out there? Some of us have ideas of honor and prestige, and you want some more money because you blew it all gambling and drinking and whoring away. Understood?
Is that virtue?
Yes, my lord.
How dare you besmirch my boy's name like that?
I've been a mercenary the whole time. It's just been a microphone in your mech. Oh, the twist.
Lord K, is that you?
But look, we can all pretend like running away is a smart thing, but there's still quite a bit of money in the system. And as the Union brings more people in to try to put out these fires, that means more military-grade equipment. They can't ignore that. That's big, big money. If you can take it. Of course I can fucking take it. Some of us are famous not just because we survive. I'm gonna ignore that on account of you're an idiot.
I love these guys so much, by the way. They're my new favorite people.
Mission's over. We're just gonna hang out here.
I mean, yeah,
you
you just want to sit and talk shop with these guys.
These are our people now. We're good. Fuck Unival, whatever she's doing. I don't give a fuck anymore.
I just want to hear Turk talk to himself in 8 different voices for like the next hour.
For the next
All of them
hour
off.
and a half.
Lucky 23 will get up.
I'm just putting it out there that I'm getting together a little collection, buy ourselves a proper shuttle on out of here. Shoot for Union or as close as we can get. That was quiet enough. You figure out what you're doing after then. And what about those bounties that have been posted recently? Oh, there'll
Yeah.
always be more bounties.
Sorry, Rage, you want to?
Yeah, come to think of it, a couple of Union jocks showed up on bounties recently. Somebody almost snagged him outside of Chrane, but I heard they got wrecked for it.
Well, damn. Unsurprising. I was
Yeah.
there when the scanners clapped eyes on them. They're a mean outfit.
You think you could take him?
Well, shoot. That's not for me to think about right now. I gotta let all the younger folk take a chance, and anyone dumber than me. But I don't know. I'm still getting a feel for it.
I don't
Feel
know.
for
That
them.
jump ship isn't called Savage for nothing. That's not Sim. I'm
I know.
adding color
Yeah,
commentary.
Oh, of course. But if we got spooked just because the name of a ship was scary, I don't think our profession would exist anymore. Plus, you don't fight them on the ship. That's what everyone knows.
All right. Collective dick stroking aside, what do you know about him? Who's looking for him? Who put the bounty out?
Well, that's the interesting thing, ain't it? You want to tell them, Sundance, or... Well, seeing as I already have their ear. No one quite knows, actually. Something big. Just, kind of came out of nowhere. Some bigwig and on contract. Sort of things that folks who gone snooping for it ended up going missing. But if I had to put bullets to mana, I guess it's someone with enough pull to have their own private crater on this rock. Someone with plenty enough swing with some of these big corporations or baronies or governments. Don't figure Union put one out on their own. They'll just keep their skills sharp. But who knows? Question is, the anonymity bother you when the money's that good?
Yeah. Price sure seems high. Anonymous contract, though. About when did it show up?
Well, funny thing is about right around the same time that that wave event gone hit. So, I mean, if Union gone did it, that would be quite the pull. But I don't know. They got their own boards, and this came in through Mama Ma'am. This is someone who actually knows how to move through here.
The moment he says the wave event, Reggie just grits his teeth a bit. Well now. Ain't that something? Well,
It
hey,
sure is.
I mean, I see it. With half of y'all cutting ship and running out of here, and half of y'all still acting like blowhards. If any of y'all want him dead, I'd say try it soon. Otherwise, I might get to him first.
Well, I mean, man, good luck to you. It's a lot more money than I'd ever put on someone. It's personal.
Yeah, I get the feeling it might be personal too.
Just be careful turning that in. Sometimes you smell a mess like that a few systems away, but just, if you ever do find out who put the hit on these folks, I'd like to know.
You got the right price? I'll give you exactly what you want, bud.
It's a mindset. On here for barely a cycle already knows the motto. Clearly got some more dust out there in the galaxy than I thought. That being
Check the
said,
first place I put.
I'm getting that shuttle together. Fixing to leave about, give it a 5 cycles time.
Yeah, my buddy and I here are gonna find our own way off system. You make enough sense. Take one swing at that bounty, and if we don't get it, well, we're either dead or gone.
Sounds like more dead than gone.
Wouldn't you be so lucky?
That's not for me to figure out. That would be up to Lady Fortuna. Fortunas, yeah.
Well, gentlemen, fight's been exciting, but long day ahead. I'm gonna grab a drink and hit the hay.
Yeah, well, we ain't reached much of a consensus, but that's about how things roll. You get some rest now if you're truly gonna go after those folks.
Before I head out, though, since I didn't actually offer my opinion on the plan or whatever, any of y'all want my advice? Old man's got it right. Get the fuck out of the system. Get as far away from whatever you think is happening as possible. Then get further. Trust and believe me, it's way bigger than any of you idiots.
There's a pause, and then they laugh.
57 different sidearms all drawn.
No, this is not the first time they've probably heard the odds are against you. It's gonna be really shitty. It's basically a light and vague threat towards their lives.
See you in the black, gents.
Oh, kid's got salt and spit. Give him that. Yeah, not the one lick of sense. I still think it might be when they'll, continue on.
Fight, spit, and knock one lick of sense is my new tagline. Thank you. Mwah.
So for Andrew's clarification, was that Sing that they were talking about?
Yes, Sing hasn't been producing seemingly anything for thus long, which matches what you've heard of reports of that a lot of the outposts there, which would be responsible for mining and smelting, I've been activating distress beacons.
So that means that they got hit, and all of those resources are going somewhere else.
Maybe there just hasn't been the usual. These people seem like they've been
freeze as well.
Production freeze. Everyone there's dead.
I mean, why else go after like mining facilities if you didn't want what they were mining?
Well, if they're automated facilities, that doesn't necessarily mean she tried to target them. Could just go wild from the wave event.
Yeah, it could be going wild from the wave event, or you know what's really excellent at killing stuff? Industrial equipment.
Yeah. We've already seen her take it over before.
The kobold did not come out of heavy industry for nothing.
True.
That would be my
also
vote on where we go from
half of the Vlad's weapons are just mining drills. Any case.
Oh, true.
Yeah. I think I'll as we kind of like saddle away, just fucking informative there.
They're scared.
They got every reason to be.
I mean, people like this are cautious, but half of them getting ready to jump without even knowing what's going on.
One thing I do want to make sure got highlighted that I'm thinking I might have missed. It does seem like people are throwing on a lot of money beyond the that, and so it's like people are also getting hired on contracts and going off here.
Yeah,
they're getting hired from here.
Yeah, they mentioned a lot of their folks have been running off and joining either the Sun Cult or other folks.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting hired off towards. Yeah.
There's a lot of work and activity being happening around the system. I assume we're going to find out some of that at Mama Mams. This is a lot of character, obviously, but I think there is clearly that bigger, larger plot point on what the fuck is happening on Sing, which I think is probably going to be one of our first major we should get there and figure out what's happening over there. I think it's our first major lead. I feel if we're gonna get any news on what the fuck is Univol's up to around here. So out of character, that's my first lead, obviously. In character, though, I suppose just Yeah, something's fucked up over on Sing. Figure we sniff it out?
That's a good place to start. You heard anything about any leads on Old Man Holtz?
Yeah, I figured that was gonna be somebody else's trail to sniff, but if you got any info you feel like sharing, I'm happy to hear it.
As far as I knew, he was dead.
Yeah, well, guess we're all learning things today.
I might ask your wife to look into it, see if he's got any open contracts that he's out working on. Anything like that.
We'll sniff him down. If we find him, we'll get you some answers, yeah?
It just smells funny. I don't know why you keep the name. I don't know why he'd be out here working where anyone would recognize him. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, got me pretty vexed too. Whatever the case is, we'll find some answers. Even if we gotta beat him out of them, yeah?
Yeah.
Keep your head on straight. I need you out there.
No, I'm with you. Let's go make sure that the others haven't jumped into the ring and started building up their own fan base.
Immediately looks in the ring to see if Sim is currently jockeying a mech and throwing things around. Just knowing my wife.
No, but there is a bot called the Undertaker, and they are doing their finisher right now.
Beautiful.
Impacts with extra force. Do you think I don't know my fucking wrestling?
Huh?
I think I don't know my wrestling. Oh, sorry, you're reacting.
Yeah.
I forgot we were repeating for a second.
Did you see that? He took the head of the body, put it in between the legs. Yeah.
My God, he's broken in half.
Yeah. You know
I
what
got
I'm
so
talking about.
excited that we were talking about wrestling, and my brain just went like, "Yeah, let's talk about wrestling." But yeah, you can all be collected if you like, or you can move on anywhere else.
Yeah, I think this is probably a solid time to...
Yeah, this
Sorry,
feels
go
like a solid time to move along. Is this a good time to do alibi?
Could be fun.
Yeah.
Do we
why
have
not?
gas in the tank for that?
Do we want to reconvene before we go to Mommy's?
Yeah, let's reconvene outside of the dome, as it were, somewhere a little private, and check in, and then we can decide on what our game plan is from there. Seem reasonable?
Yeah.
Would you say that alibi or Mommy's is more important?
I think for now, let's just gather up and we can decide on that once we meet up. But yeah, I think we'll ping his tracker as he steps outside to find some place quiet outside of the dome, leans by a wall, lights a cigar, and waits for the rest of the gang to show up.
I think Sim is intentionally not paying attention to any of them and is just going to communicate to them through the data plating, but is within eye shot.
Works for me. But we're just waiting to see if Elena shows up.
I think
Yes.
Elena's probably in, similar to Sim's, probably in a different place. Like, you probably actually don't see her though. She's not an eye shot, but she does tap in on the data plating.
With the ping.
Hello.
Alibis, the restaurant.
The way I see it, we got 2 leads to follow up on. A lot of the mercs around here are getting contracts. Some with the Sun Cult, some with some pirates, some with others. If we're gonna find any info on that, it's gonna be over at Mama Mam's. There's also whatever's happening on Sing. Yeah. Well, there's a cult, there's a god. Which brings us to Sing. The mining planet over here has been putting out enough at all, and it's spooking a lot of the mercs here. Definitely bigger than whatever they're talking about. I figure if we're getting any info on that, that's probably an alibi. So, what string do we tug?
I don't want to take more than myself and one other person to alibi. If you
So we split it
scare
up?
somebody who's a part of Horus, either you disappear or they do.
I'd go with you to alibi.
All right then. Elena, let's check out
Word.
Mama Mams. See if we can find some work around there, or at least some leads.
Be worried some of those mercs might come sniffing a little too close to me.
Speaking of mercs, there's some other news. I think I know who sent those bounty hunters after us. And y'all are not gonna like the answer.
You share?
I think it might have been Yenival.
A reasonable guess.
Anonymous contract comes out for specifically our heads just after the Genesis Wave event hits, even in a place like this where we've never been to. Sounds a little
Yeah, but
personal.
why bother? Unless that was just to send a message to us, but
We were there when she was born. We're hunting after her tail. As far as she's concerned, we might be the only thing that has a chance, even a figmental one, at stopping us,
Yeah.
or stopping her.
yeah, but she could have just sent an armada after us. Like, why post a random bounty, an anonymous bounty in the middle of nowhere?
Reggie actually,
Maybe it's
pulls
not
a cigar out of
us
his
that she
mouth.
wants.
Oh,
We've got a part of her.
elaborate? Right.
You can't send an
Where's
army to
Nineveh?
pull one asset. It's not efficient. Too much
You
collateral.
can if you think you're a god.
Not
Armies
if you
mark
don't want
cities
humanity
for
to
us.
know you're at war. Yenival's declared war on humanity, but she's still biding her time, building up her strength. And Armada pops up out of nowhere after one Lancer team. All of Union's on high alert immediately. She's playing the long game. She wants to snuff us out first. Then humanity can't see what's coming. There's, of course, also the added knowledge that we have rooted interval. Quite literally a part of her. For all we know, maybe she needs that part.
Just
Or she
If-
just doesn't want us to have it.
it just feels like it was the bare minimum that she could have done to try and get in our way. Like it was something she knew that we'd survive, but wanted us to know that she knew that we knew that.
Oh, it's a warning shot. No question about
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Why warn us?
Because when we sleep beside those bounty hunters, she sent something bigger after us.
I mean, the alternative is that it's one of the many multi-galaxy spanning or multi-solar system spanning mega corporations that want us dead and hate our guts and, you know, this, that, and the other.
We can't have
Also
too
totally
many of those
valid.
after us. We have
Got a
what,
hole in this theory.
which one?
The Involve setting the bounty.
Hit me with it.
Skipper knows Leon Holt. But he didn't want to arrest Leon Holt, Dionysus. He wanted to arrest the person that stole his name and call sign. And turn that bounty in.
Is that a misread on the situation, Turk?
So sorry, I might mix it up, but the guys you interacted with were like, "Hey, Leon, hey, how you doing with these guys? Is this like a long-term thing? You're like playing them, and you want to turn it in now?"
So the bounty didn't include me.
Or it did, and they were confused when they ran into you.
Or it included the real me, and it didn't include the person that I am pretending to be. Gotcha.
There's also the option that, like, assuming the bounty had your name on it, then Skipper, who knows you, would see that and go, well, wait a minute, I know Leon, I just saw him a week ago. Like, so that has to be someone who stole his name. Like, there definitely is that's a hole we haven't quite filled yet.
By the way, the point didn't add up. The points did not add up.
Yeah, I agree. It's a hole we haven't quite filled yet, no question. Well, I think we might get that hole filled if we find Leon. And I don't mean the guy next to me.
Looks around. Caden, right? You mean Caden.
Yeah, my bad.
Let's... You said this is a club. Well, what was it called again? Amnesty? Amnesia?
Alibi.
Alibi. It's been a long day.
Once we're done with work, you can do some Molly.
Let's just go get this done.
All right, Elena,
You're offering
you're on
him
me.
Molly. Elena just exasperated.
You can't coercial martial me anymore.
It's true. That's my job now.
By actual rank, that would still put me second in command.
I can't hear you.
True.
So we go into the club?
Oh no, the comm signal is fading. I can't think you're going through a tunnel.
Yes.
Starts typing random characters. Shifts language registers. There's like Chinese characters. Shifts down to it's like random vowels from Scandinavian languages.
Absolutely. So yeah, it sounds like we're splitting off into twos. Elena and I are hitting Mama Mams, and those two are gonna go get real lit over at Alibi.
No, we're gonna get information. Then we're gonna get lit.
Okay, cool.
Alibi's probably a bit closer, being a popular spot to be, hence, it's good to get drunk after you watch like combat and stuff. So, you enter.
Familiar with. As we're all familiar with, yes.
Yeah, after you do some combat sport or watch a high intensity thing, you want to go get a drink. But true to form, I mean, this is a bar made essentially for either not knowing what the hell is going on, or being in the know on something that no one else needs to know about. There is a level of energy here that feels very purposeful, like there is always seemingly a number of people like making a lot of music and noise. It is interspersed with a lot of other mercs and people, cutting deals, and clearly a very dangerous element here. But you, Sim, are specifically being guided towards a particular table, kind of in the middle back of this restaurant, bar, club thing. Alibi.
A lot of things.
I assume
It's a lot of things. Most of all, it's an alibi.
Here, but not with me in the booth. Does that seem fair?
Yeah.
Cool.
Close enough that I could come out swinging.
Mm-hmm. So as you settle in, the figure seated there kind of has, I don't know the proper term, but it's like a very wide-brimmed hat with a curtain down all along the side. A center light kind of indicates where they may be looking, and it turns to you as you sit. Symbiosis. It is good to make your acquaintance.
You have me at the disadvantage.
The curtain opens, and you see what is very clearly not a human and not quite a robot. I think Sim's weird enough to know what a Volador is. But they are basically super weird, maybe aliens, maybe hyper distant humans who've modified themselves beyond all recognition of humanity, like as close to the AdMech as you can get, sort of thing, but without making it a religion.
Yeah, yeah, we're cousins in that sense.
Hmm.
Highly modified. Mod game recognizes mod game. You know what I mean?
This is somebody who has gone a lot farther than you probably ever would. Assuming again, this is a
I
person.
mean, I share my brain with an NHP.
I assure you, nobody knows what the fuck is up with the Voladors.
We're trending in the same direction at least.
Yeah. I am Bestimon. I am your contact.
And is that best among like best among them?
Bestimung. I'll put it in chat for us. It's not 1-to-1. Yeah, hey, we've nailed in one. You have many questions, and your group is precious little time.
I understand that you know something about the Genesis Wave event and how it affected things here.
I do. Approximate details say you might get in 4 or 5 questions before this meeting may be terminated.
Oh God, what do I ask? Is what's happening on Sing direct intervention on the part of Yeneval or the Genesis Wave event?
There's a good question. What is there cannot be unlinked from the events that occurred on Spar. What is occurring on Sing, as well as everywhere in the Shiva system, is a result of what has occurred there, and Unival's touch on the galaxy. Though you want specifics, I do not believe this is a standard failure of ComCon or NHP units on each particular planet.
Okay. What is Harrison Armory in this system to chase after? It seems to be some sort of black site that they're trying to set up. How is that related to the Genesis Wave event?
Currently, we don't believe they are directly connected. My belief is that Harrison Arms is here trying to operate within the shroud of chaos that is hitting. They are creatures of opportunity, vultures trying to pick at some scab. They are hiring a large number of mercenaries and are difficult to track.
Where do you think the first move is going to be made in by Yeneval's allegiance?
The actions taken across the system are creating various pockets of issues. Undoubtedly, Chrane might be the most calm situation here. It's simply fueling the other two, or at the very least benefiting from the chaos just as much as it feeds into it. The situation on Train Mu has advanced to a high degree that the security forces there can no longer be considered secure. It will be a matter of time before the rebels and the followers of the Lightless Sun breach surface, at which point what meager security forces are truly surface side will fall. We predict Union's interference in there will be inadequate at this current time. But perhaps motivated Lancer pilots could swing the favor. That is to say, Singh also shows various issues, and the administrators who rely on that planet's output will be greatly disturbed, causing further issues for the system. It is not a single note that will be played, but rather a chord.
Things moving in harmony.
Hence why we believe it is not simply the chaos of the wave.
Is there anything that I can do to assure or at least invite your future assistance or that of your allies?
I operate in a more beneficent space and would be happy to potentially assist you in the future, should your group benefit my own goals in certain ways. If you'd like, I can remain in touch.
Please do. I don't want to leave you uncompensated, at the very least.
It is appreciated, but believe me, your compensation was already paid. And future compensation may be easier to handle than you believe. I have goals here, and I believe they are aligned with your own.
Is there any chance you'd be willing to inform me of
As
some of
you
them?
get that, a hand hits the table hard. Hey, I know you from somewhere.
Get up onto my feet.
Is that me?
Yeah,
Knows me from somewhere?
pointing at you, yeah.
Just slowly start making my way that direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you know me. I've been taking myself on the wrestling circuit for years.
No, that's not it. And I'll say, as you're getting closer, Leon, he points a finger at you. My buddy's been scanning everyone that comes in and out of this bar, and you're not wearing your real face. Makes someone suspicious. Makes me think that maybe someone sitting on their own in a bar is wanted for something. And so I says to myself, well,
Just gestures at
you
Vestamon.
gesture, you gesture, and Bessamung is not there.
Son of a bitch.
He's not gonna. He told you like 4 or 5 questions, then probably
He did,
interrupted.
he did. Is remarkable timing, that guy.
Well, you know, he has info.
I just imagine he like collapsed into his hat and then went
Just get pulled up by the ceiling by a giant claw. But no.
The claw.
He actually just took his hat off and like scurried away. But yeah, so I says to myself,
What's a little light EMP charging amongst friends, right? Just quickly see if you're anyone interesting. This guy's heavily intoxicated, and Leon, you can have reached the table by now.
A problem over here?
There's about to not be, and he clicks a button, and a brief little pulse hits, and the your face covering drops, and it seems that other table that this guy clearly stumbled from is pulling up and consulting some files. Yeah, what's up?
Okay. As one to never do things by half measure, I am absolutely wearing like facial recognition foiling makeup. So like there's like a wide diamond across my face. So and like very 3D from some angle looking like foliage. I will kick this man in the nuts before they can finish that search.
You were free to start that, but his friends are already suspicious, and I was filling up some clocks. So, yeah, there's a lot of kick him in the dick. Go for it, because what we have here is the start of some guns being drawn and pointed at you, and then others are pointing guns at those people because they want to point the guns at you instead. And you quickly find yourselves in the middle of a bar fight with guns.
A classic.
So running's a great idea.
But getting out is going to be difficult because you are at the back of this packed bar and club full of people, and you don't know who's a friend and who's a foe, and it's probably best to assume they're all one.
But I bet they have good loot. No, if there's guns being drawn, knowing what Reiji would say in this moment, Hayden would absolutely just try to reach out, grab Sim, any part that he could reach, and just start trying to pull for the exit.
So Simeon's trying to kick someone in the dick, if you'd like.
I would love to kick somebody in the dick.
So I have a little clock here. We're trying to get a certain number of successes for every round that you two guys, for each of you, if use guys. Jeez, I don't know why I'm
Use
use guys.
Wheeze.
I was like, to use guys. I went bar fight, so I went 1920s. I went use guys. I'm playing too much Call of Cthulhu. But when you guys, every round you don't fill this up, you're both going to take a little bit of damage, because this is just kind of represent that you're getting nicked, bruised, or otherwise generally harried by the various weaponry getting shot around here.
Yeah. Okay. I will kick this guy in the dick. How do I kick somebody in the dick?
Brawl, apply fist to face. Just,
That does say use explosives. Dang it.
apply
Can't
kick to
blow
dick.
up his nuts.
I mean, you could
No, with that
probably
attitude, you
throw you can throw a little
I
tiny explosive at the dick.
I certainly can't do it. I rolled a 5.
Okay, that is going to be a failure there. Trying to get this guy, you get jerked over by Leon. Which Leon, what are you doing to get yourself?
Preferably either try and stay cool to keep a level head just straight towards the exit, or just survive.
Oh, it's up to you. You tell me what's going down here.
I think for the moment we're still in the realm of staying cool, because neither of us is really injured yet, but that could shift very rapidly.
Okay, I actually need. Here, what I'm gonna do. Nope, wrong one. There we go. Cool. What'd you get?
A 23.
23. Okay.
Natural 19.
Definitely without. I'll say you are calm enough to see that the amount of people pointing guns at you and keep a clear enough head to pull both of you into cover. You don't have to take damage this round with a critical. Back to you two, though.
So this is a club, which I assume means it has, the classics, a sound system and lasers.
Oh, absolutely.
I would like to hack into the DJ booth and produce god-awful noise and shine lasers into anybody's eyes who is pulling guns.
All right, hacker fix.
That is 19.
19, definitely. All right. As the area around here, just you hear. I assume you both plug your own ears up on warning, and just as a scream.
Sim turns her ears off internally and then covers Leon's ears.
As watch everyone pause as shots continue to ring out and around. As this brawl continues, the lighting making it incredibly difficult to see and move.
With player permission, of course, I would love to just reach back, grab you, heft like a backpack while you cover your ears, and we just run.
Yeah, I'm like a fucking limpet, baby.
All right, what do you want to roll for this, Leon?
Kind of want to lean towards act unseen, as to try and like break line of sight, to slip into various crowds, like in and out of patches of light. Just trying to confuse anyone that's trying to follow us.
Yeah, go for it.
A 14, middle of the road.
Okay, yeah, that might maybe do something. But you are able to avoid it seems to be a large group of people actively fighting one another with many weapons, knives, some unfolding longer weapons as this whole group descends upon each other. Clearly some security for the local area for the alibi has moved in and is just kind of trying to bring everyone down, but they are also being attacked now, which means I roll this 3 damage to both of you as even ducking and covering, you do get glancing hits and strikes. That's your pilot armor minus your any armor you have from a hard suit or something, assuming you can wear that under it.
I'm wearing a mobility hard suit, so I absolutely can. However,
I actually have a stealth hard suit.
Good things to remember halfway through trying to get out of here.
Yeah. Well, we're not in our hard suits, correct?
I think I would wear my mobility hard suit. Like, part of the reason I picked my outfit is because it's overalls plus a jacket. I can hide stuff under that.
I don't think I'm wearing a hard suit.
All right.
I'm just going to HP.
Okay, and it's 3, not 6. I know I rolled a 6, but it's halved. So yeah, top of the next round, you see that some of the bartenders are ducking under, but one of them pops back up with appears to be a shotgun trained on both of you as you try to be like leaning more towards the bar in this instance. As well, some other folk are getting a bead on you from the upper rafters at their own private tables.
This would be a really great time to be able to unleash my Medusa weapon that I don't have with me.
You know, I says to myself, how is it we challenge your players who are really good at mech combat? Oh, you take the mechs away. I thought you were up here.
I do have stims, and one of the options for stims is juice, which heightens senses, alertness, reduces fatigue, and shortens reaction time.
Okay, yeah, I give an accuracy if you applied that to your rolls, if you assuming you're acting in that way.
Yeah, that, and now we're in survive mode.
Okay.
Accuracy 1. 25. Natural 20.
There you go.
Beautiful. That's how you do it.
not your first time with two various groups of people taking a shot at you all at once. You manage to kind of brutally pull two people who are otherwise engaged and kind of sandwich yourself between them as they take the initial shots, and you keep moving as far as you can, tug them along with you. You are getting closer to the door. Sim, is there anything you want to do in this moment in particular? I believe you haven't gone yet.
I assume that there is a lot of spilled alcohol right now. Yeah?
Absolutely. Overturned tables, chairs, and people.
Fire.
Yeah, I have a Zippo, and I'm gonna throw it at the bar, in hopes that like something catching on fire is enough at least to get the bartender to stop fucking shooting at us.
Yeah, that's fair. Sure. Make me an explosive check.
Yeah. That's an 18.
Guys, y'all balling right through this thing.
I did start with a roll of 5.
Okay, well, y'all got the critical, so you basically have cover from any incoming shots you might have scraped here, and definitely throwing a fire down in front of one side of it allows you to drop one of these guys and keep making your progress. You're nearly to the door. An influx of people, though, is coming in from the front, making that particularly difficult prospect to try and just barrel right out.
I would like... we've established that a lot of people here have cyber parts, right?
Yeah, modifications.
How are the people in front of us in terms of like cyber eyes?
If there's like 4 or 5 people, maybe, well, hard to tell initially, but probably like at least 2 of them have them.
Okay. Well, I would like to just yeah, I want to send them like the equivalent of like tons of pop-up ads to all of their cyberware, so that the people who have cyber eyes can't see, and the people who have cyber limbs can't move so good.
We've been trying to reach you
all
about
of
your
their
extended
processing
warranty.
speed on trying to close pop-ups.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, make me a hack.
I don't have any fighting triggers besides blow something up.
I have running and hiding exclusively.
Is it 10?
A 10. Not quite what we're looking for, unfortunately, for this particular DC I've set. As you try to reach out...
You should use your reroll. Because you got your girlfriend. Your wifey. You get a free reroll of a thing.
Enlightenment class on HP, I think. Well,
I think that's only on the mech.
Oh.
I would, as much as I would love that, it's a property of the mech, not the bot.
But your NHP is in your head, and I feel like a hacking attempt is right up Mimi's alley.
Any mech skill checker save. It's specifically mech skill
rules. Curse you rules.
Yeah.
You try and reach out, but with the difficulty and music of all around you, you realize your own systems have been slowly getting attacked as well, and you have to focus more on the defensive than the offensive here, warding off various attempts to even just get more info out of any onboard processes you might have. But yeah, Leon.
I would love to try to find the quickest route between A and B with the least amount of guns in between it.
Sure, you want to make like a spot, or...
I have spot works for me.
Yeah. 19, definitely a 6. Not a critical, but still a success, meaning you're both going to drop. I'm going to reroll that. There's no way I keep getting those. Okay. 2 damage this time. I rolled 20 is trying to be mean, and I'm not going to allow that. As this group opens fire and you manage to duck off to the side and start heading your way to the back, which is also kind of begun to erupt. There's less immediate danger here, but very much still a like people moving and shaking about in uncertainty, as it looks like some mercs are in the back setting a potential ambush, and the kitchen staff is protesting that to a high degree.
I have a weird question. Can I, if I'm like, if I have my mobility hard suit on, can I like activate the jets to help Leon get us out of here?
That'd be cool as hell, sure.
Rocket powered.
Yeah, because like literally, like most of my shit is talking to people shit. I am not set up for this.
If you want to give Leona another accuracy, in this
I would
case,
love to
yeah,
give,
absolutely.
Leon an accuracy to get us the
So
hell out of
2
here.
accuracy on this roll. What are you doing, Leon?
I think at this point we're just in survive mode. We've just been shot. We've been beat to hell. I'm not looking great at all. I think it's just survive.
Okay.
A 21.
Okay. You have your eyes completely set on what looks to be a glimpse of light, and then you break through the door. And what feels just the briefest amount of false air on your skin before you find your limbs just stuck a little bit. Even with the additional force, it seems like there was just a little bit of a whole weird sticky tripwire thing all spread around, and you... What fascinating creatures I've got in my web today. Yes. Quite delectable, too, but 2 for 4 isn't quite my style. As a figure is progressing down the around and through what seems to be, as light kind of blinks around it, a very well caught and strung barrage of string and other adhesive traps.
Itsy bitsy, can we do this another time?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'd love to take all 4 of you in alive, but you'll be too much trouble if I leave you. And from several mechanical hands form up and seem to just kind of be like a nail gun as he inches ever closer. You say they inch ever closer. You got no idea what the fuck's going on here.
Shoot him now, shoot him, please shoot him.
I'm not good at that.
You can just make me a d20 if you don't have any relevant tags here.
Plus grit?
Why not?
Oh, plus grit.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have been adding my grit this whole time. That's a 13.
13. You do get a shot into the hard shoot here. What weapon are you shooting with?
I'm shooting with a medium signature, which is in this case a bow that fires plasma. It's basically a miniature version of what the Raven has going on.
All right. Well, how much damage does that do?
2. And
2
I think
damage.
energy damage makes sense here.
Yeah.
He's plasma.
So it hits and definitely sets the arm back as one of the hands breaks off from being a weapon and instead goes to cover. Well, that was very rude for a... And you see another hand come up, what looks to be a phone. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit... You're joking. They're right. Ah, yes, of course. Coming back. And the hands sort of don't... They disassemble from being a singular weapon and splay back out. Lucky flies. Well, guess you'll have to wait around a bit longer, but you'll be safe for now, at least. And it just begins. They would just begin climbing their way up the various ropes here, up into the top, and what looks to be a various, like where the buildings in some places stop. There's still bits of asteroid, and just crawls into a tunnel somewhere.
Wait, what's your name?
Nah.
What? I'm Google reverse imaging that man's face.
You feel like cut me out of this?
Yeah, and I realized that I don't really have a knife or anything. So I would just take like the plasma bow and then use like the heated tip that just kind of.
Yeah, no, with a bit of heat and some time, you definitely can like make your way out of it.
What? In. All right. Who the fuck was that at the table? I looked
That
like human. Wasn't human.
uh,
How did they
what do you
recognize
know about the
you?
Voladores?
I've never heard that word in my life.
Okay, well you should just call that person Bestamon. Ooh, I wonder if I
How
could
did
call
they
it
recognize
Bestie.
you?
I wouldn't really put anything past Voladores.
And the asshole at the EMP.
Oh, that guy? That was a
Yeah.
lucky guess.
Hell of a lucky guess. What the fuck was that?
My search hasn't come back yet. Is there any freakazoid
Oh.
matching that description in the like bounty registry?
So it's not so much the description, so much as looking into the modus operandi here, which links it to a particular assassin who leaves a calling card of stitched up or otherwise enwebbed victims who are seem to be immunized, immobilized, and then taken down or brought in alive. People just go missing, but it all seems connected to someone called Moucherol, which you can quickly know is flycatcher in French.
Somebody get me that Spider-Man!
All right, so we're getting hunt down by Charlotte over there. Someone decided to call it the big guns, and I don't even think that's related to the shit that we're already dealing with. We need to get off this place.
Ideally sooner rather than later.
Let's go make sure the other two aren't already dead.
Let's go jump over to Mama Mam's. As back on the streets of Chrane, you do see what looks to be, best way I can put it, 1950s diner.
Huh. Quaint. Little, out of touch for my tastes, but guess that's the point, yeah?
It looks like there's a good amount of movement in there, in and out of there. Like, people are sitting down, CompCon or AI, whatever, projects up in front of them. It's like they chat, some food comes out eventually, and they're moving. But it's a quick process. A lot of small plates.
So what's the call? We walking in together, saying we're his one, or are we playing this one separate?
It's fine if we just go in together.
All right, then. After you.
All right. And she... Actually, I want to roll back on that one. And say we go in separately. Sorry.
Fine with me? No, you're fine. Fine with me.
And she'll
Reggie's-
suggest you going first.
Yeah. Reggie will, hand in his hoodie pocket, throw the hood back up, and, find a table to sit down and get comfortable in. Probably wants a bit of a corner spot, not too close to anybody, but still near a window, and not too far from the door.
You know how popular it's going to be in a place like this, on a planet like this?
All right, fair enough. In that case, I'll just go for a bar if there's one.
Absolutely. There's
Yes.
a bar, but you could also get a booth if you wanted. It's just not going to be the one
those
that's
are
like has the
constructed
best
to that
view of the.
specification.
All right,
They
I'll
know
see
what
if I
they're
can.
selling.
It's exactly. I'm gonna see if I can grab myself. Yeah, you know what? I'll get a booth. Why not? I'll get a booth myself, but one that's near the bar, so that if Elena wants to sit at the bar and still be like
Of course.
visible. Yeah, that's the game plan there.
So, sitting down, it's not long before the little central projector shoots up, and you see what appears to be a old-looking 1950s style waitress who is like somehow you see the virtual smoke float up despite the rest of her not being particularly well animated. All right, sweetie, what you want?
Hell, Ma. Everything here's a little bit too expensive, and I'm kind of popped for cash. Come to think of it, I was actually kind of looking for work.
Don't give me that. Yes, you're looking for work. Fantastic. We can all drop the games here. Everyone in here is looking for work.
Oh,
It's
sweet.
just like,
Knowing
and
you
rather,
guys.
I do this, but it truly is a blink here, and then blinks back,
I
and then
love
like
her.
a.
Okay, cool.
You
There's
tell
the alibi then.
you tell Mama exactly what you're looking for.
Well, let's say I'm a little tired of hunting down small fry, and I'm looking for a bigger job, higher pay, maybe a nice private buyer.
You're going after that contract on those union pilots?
And I'm already keeping an eye on that, but some old folks around us here, some more work sniffing around. Somebody snapping up mercs. I was hoping I could figure out who, maybe what.
A lot of private buyers these days. Frankly,
Yeah,
it's
but-
none of my business. That's how someone gets wiped. And I have enough with
Yeah.
I have enough problems just smacking down bad reviews from Horace punks.
Reiji will like pocket down some mana on like directly behind objector and just a lot of private buyers. Not all of them paying Harrison money though.
Looks down and looks at it. You're gonna need a pie, and then the projector will go down. I do want to ask, Elena, are you also heading in at this point, or are you gonna give us some time?
I'll probably give it a couple of minutes and then I will go in.
Okay. A small little drone will drop off a primo looking piece of pie, rhubarb, and
Oh shit.
deploy just the tiniest little of whipped cream on top. All right, you're looking to make some moves in the big wide galaxy. How brave are you? Sorry,
Ain't
I
nothing
said
around
that
that's
wrong.
killed me yet.
How brave you are. So, we don't have anything on the books from Harrison right now. Nothing in system anyway. And do you even have a set of wheels to fly around in?
I'm mobile.
Okay, well, that's kind of an answer. I'll keep it in system just for you, hon. Not picking up anything, but we do have an outstanding contract with the followers of the Lightless Sun. Bunch of weirdos, if you ask me. But they're paying well. And if you want Harrison money, you could do worse.
Weird cult's paying a lot of money, huh? What are they looking for?
People to help join in their righteous cause.
They're paying for followers?
Look, you've been in the game for as long as I have. You know they're not paying for followers, they're paying for meat shields.
Right. What is center?
There's also...
Does it matter?
Oh, you know, some time on Tremu, some time on Sing, that kind of business.
Right.
Kind of depends where you want to be. Really hot or really cold. Because there's no way they're deploying you surface side.
I just did some time in the cold. I'd rather avoid it if I could.
Then you're going to want to go to Sing.
Word.
If you want, I can send you a few targeted locations they have on their wish list. They didn't call it that. They call it something loony, and I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, sure, why not? Let's say it's piqued my interest and I'm bored and broke. But,
All right.
And just yeah, I think just but while I'm at it, any news on what's happening over there?
A lot of fighting, a lot of money being made. That's about all I know. No one tells me nothing.
Can't believe I met a guy for curiosity.
In this long in the business, you learn to keep your nose down, the pie's flowing, and you learn not to ask too many dumb questions with people with more money than you have bits of code.
Makes sense. Unfortunately for you, or I guess for everybody else out there, I'm a little young and reckless.
Well, it's your funeral. Would you like to buy an insurance package with that contract?
I'll pass, hon, but thanks.
Nah, shame. No one does. Well, enjoy the pie. Contract should be hitting you in a few. Once we've cleared some details with exact locations and requested drop sites.
All right. At that point, I'll get up from the booth, and assuming Elena's walked in at this point and has like made themselves available somewhere at the bar, I'll walk up next and like sit next to her, and without looking at her, and just, "What's up, beautiful? You're here alone. You're here alone and bored. Mind if I buy you a drink?"
I imagine she's already at the bar with like a cup of coffee in hand, and she just kind of responds with, "Sorry, I don't take drinks from strangers."
Hey,
Oh,
not my problem.
It's you again. How nice.
Yeah, sorry. Just walked over here and saw a pretty face. Thought I'd chat her up for a little bit. What brings you around these parts? Looking for anything interesting?
Sorry, can I interest you in a mercenary contract before this person chats your ear off?
I was wondering if you could, Ma, can you show me the current list of bounties?
All right, I'll pull up a board. Sent your way. Do you want a piece of pie?
No, thank you.
It's rhubarb. Actually, pretty good.
Actually.
I'm very sarcastic. I'm watching my figure.
So am I.
Shame.
Round as a figure.
Shoots down. But you do get a list of various bounties on offer that haven't already been kind of sequestered or claimed.
I just wanted to kind of scroll through and see like how we are portrayed on this list.
Well, you guys are pretty high up there. I mean, obviously, there's like some things that are like paying $9,999,999,999 mana, but obviously those are scams, and like they want you to click on them, and but you're like not dumb. But scrolling down, y'all are pretty high and local, assumedly. So
to clarify, Leon is up there. Or is it he listed as something else?
I mean, it's
is it Leon?
You're basically listed as a group with your various call signs.
Okay, so Dionysus is up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything that like someone scanning a mech or a person or a bit of their data or something would need. They don't get into your, they aren't going into your family line. You can see some Carrick and Trade Barony contracts that definitely go into the extensive history of why they want this person to die.
I respect them for that.
It's poetry.
Is it literally poetry?
Yeah.
Someone put it past them.
The Carrick and Trade Baronies absolutely send out contracts for skill people.
Write murder poems. That's gonna be that's my new brand. I'm rebranding as a murder poet. That's it. That's me from now on. Nothing else.
To make sure that I'm tracking my memory correctly, Skipper said that his Leon that he knows was using the call sign Dionysus as well, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, gonna tap that, pull the bounty up, and ask,
Mama.
Mama. I'm gonna ask Mama.
Yeah, hon. Flips up in front.
So, this bounty, I heard that this target was here about a week ago. Was he here accepting any contracts?
There's some crossover in call sign territory there. Got a little confused, but I don't think you're after that Dionysus.
So there isn't any recent activity from you think this bounty?
Honey, I give out mercenary contracts, not gossip tips.
The problem is I don't think I'm looking for this contract, but I am looking for somebody else with this call name.
Well,
So I'm wondering if he was here, perhaps looking for work.
I guess if you donate a little bit to the jukebox fund, repair fund, maybe I could pull up most recent gigs or what I remember about him with my very limited processing power.
Lena is very willing to do so. She pulls out a decent amount of mana.
Oh, well, it's a start. All you need to know is that, and all I know, is that he came in here for his usual bit of pie and scanning the job board, then got real excited, and apparently signed on for something big. Went out with a few others. Very hush-hush, though. I asked, what's going on? What are you doing? When you come back for more pie? I didn't get an answer. In fact, I was told I can't talk about it, and I tried to ask the file myself, and, well, and, she, her model kind of points up, and you see that one of her fingers is a little less digitized. They don't play very nice, wherever they are. But I'm surprised, because Dionysus that I know wouldn't have done anything bigger than salvage or a light raid.
Sounds messy.
Could
How
be.
deep do you actually dabble?
As deep as I need to. What, you think I'm gonna drink deep and descend? The only thing I do that with is my coffee.
No, it just seems surprising that you would offer jobs that you can't access.
I offer a lot of things here, and I can't access a lot of them. I'm a goddamn hostess CompCon unit, and I'm out here serving mercs. You surprised I'm a little fucked up?
I like her personally.
Is there anything else I can help you twos with, or can I get you both on your way?
I might be back with a friend, but I think that's it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta update that bounty list for you really quick, and I assume you're still looking at it.
Oh?
Assumingly you were looking at your name, you note that has been put on hold, but in, like, more technical terms.
Suspended bounty, huh? Somebody getting cold feet?
Other bounties are also claimed, naturally. It's a big ticker board sort of deal.
Whose name has been put on hold?
Oh, all yours.
Ours.
All of us.
All of ours? Like somebody has claimed it?
No, it's on hold.
On
Meaning the offer is no longer on offer, but
Nobody's
they
actively able to claim it, but
Okay.
Curious.
Interesting.
And that happened just now?
Yeah.
Hmm.
If we want to put
About the
this,
time that we just.
if we were from an audience perspective, yeah,
Can I shoot over a quick message?
because you guys probably at this point I think you could get a message in.
Hello, team. Don't want to burst your bubble over there with your nice hamburgers and Coke, whatever the hell they serve over there. But Jeff the Spider just tried to kill us, so be on the lookout.
We got
Well,
fucking shot at.
Yeah, Reggie's going to like panic, reset. Well, Mama, Madam, this has been a lovely conversation, but I've got bounties to grab, so I'm gonna leave you two to your conversation and get on about it. Catch y'all later.
Gonna watch Reggie step away or run away. Is probably
Step
the
until
more
I hit
apt
the
term.
door. It's step until I hit the door, and then I'm taking off running.
Gonna look back at Mama, finish a bit more of my coffee, and say, "Well, that was interesting. Thank you for your time," and calmly walk out.
Hey, I'd recommend getting off planet. I don't know who the hell pinged you, but they've got eyes on your group. And you can look out, and Ragey, you might not have the best view of this, but there was definitely some this kind of those checkers and stuff that you can see they're being changed slowly, but you can catch sight that updates on your group's location was being actively shared across Chrane for a little bit there.
Oh, goody.
That fucking bitch.
Thanks for the advice,
well-
Mama.
If you need a ride, I can send you a good guy.
We've got our way home.
Okay. See you later.
Thank you.
Oh. You all come back now, you hear? But yeah, I think as our group rushes to reconnect, I think there is where we are going to call our session, with the escape from Chrane becoming more of a necessity than an option, even though your contract has mysteriously been placed on hold. You've seemingly got just as many questions as you did answers, but you might have gotten yourselves a better heading. Where you'll go to next, we'll find out next time. So that is where it's going to go for tonight's episode of Tears of Divinity Fading Chronicle. I want to bookmark my spot here. Before we all say goodbye, I want to give my players a chance to tell you who they are, who they're playing tonight, where you can find more of the exceptional work they put out into the world, starting, of course, with Foxy.
Hi, friends. I'm Young Foxy, aka Big Foxy, also known as your favorite Fox Philly's finest. And today it was my genuine pleasure to play everyone's favorite orc, Ragey Dross. So many fucking things are happening, and I have so many theories about why they're happening. But we'll get to that later. If you want to find my face on the internet, I'm at Young Foxy. It's YUNGFOXXI. Sometimes it's an underscore in the middle. So if you can't find one, look for the other. Places you'll see me next include tomorrow, right here on Neon Lights Roleplay, where we return to the incredible story of By His Shadowed Peace, my Wrath and Glory epic. My players are on a way station. The warp's going crazy. They just fought a space marine with a sniper rifle. There's one more with a sword. It's gonna get crazy, and hopefully no one dies. One of them's probably gonna die. We'll see. Otherwise, I'm locked in right here on Neon Lights Roleplay, where I'm creative director. I love making things happen and love doing things that we don't do. So if you want to keep track on what I'm doing there, keep an eye on our Discord, which is popping up in chat right about now, and our socials, which is popping up in chat right about now. You guys are awesome. I've been Foxy, and this has been incredible. Mwah, bye.
Okay, now over to the most legendary vermins.
Hello, I'm Legendary Vermin. You can find me as Legendary Vermin on all the places on the internet that matter. I am on YouTube, Twitch, Itch, Twitter, also known as .com. You can find me on Blue Sky sometimes. You can find me on your favorite video game. I'm around. Check out the games that I make over on itch.io, legendary-vermin.itch.io. Specifically, you should check out No Amount of Armor because you're here because you like mecha. And let me tell you, that is a game where you do a lot of this stuff, but perhaps with a little bit less crunch and a little bit more like, oh fuck, that move does what? If you want to catch more of this type of shit, you can catch me on this channel once a month doing our show, which is called The World Within You. It is our bass boosted and spray paint splattered take on Void Heart Symphony by Minerva McJanda. I GM that game. It's lovely. We have a really stellar cast and always have a really good time on that show. You can also catch me. I'm doing a little bi-weekly thing over on Christopia VO, where I am in the Reclaimers with friend of the channel, Chrissy Crits, and also friend of the channel, Bright Dystopia himself, Christopia VO. So yeah, come check us out. It's a good time. It's a funky little universe, and I play Corpse. I think that's all I got. Shuffle it down to Hoop.
Hello, I'm Andrew. I am definitely Leon Holtz and no one else. I will go by no other name. Call sign Dionysus. I am in love with this story. This game, this cast, this GM. You all are amazing. I am an enormous fan of everyone you see in front of you. You can find me over on my home channel, the Lost Caravan RPG, where we do all kinds of TTRPG stuff. But mainly, coming up this Friday, we have our first episode of our Cyberpunk Red campaign, The Fall of the House of Red. And then the following Monday, we have the first episode of our Fallout campaign, where we're playing the Winter of Adam. Both casts are incredible. So I'm just basically going to put them in the setting and then just do this while they just mess with the world. And it's going to be so great. But yeah, that's all I got. Thank you so much for having me. Every time, I have a blast.
I guess that brings it to
Hmm?
me.
It
Hello. Hello, everybody. I am Meg Andor Meg Mysteria. You can find me as such on Twitch, on Twitter, on Itch. And now on Fiverr. I'm there now, and I am accepting commissions for overlays, writing work for TTRPGs stuff, such as session planning campaigns and modules, doing editing, proofreading, things of that nature. As far as what's coming up next for me, you'll see me tomorrow in By His Shadow piece. You got the hint that somebody's probably gonna die. I'm pretty sure it's me because I am the one actively dying. You know,
I'll
having
just
the
put you
warp
with your boyfriend. Don't
explode.
worry about it.
Yep, having the warp explode out of you will do that to you sometimes, I guess. But yeah.
How is this? You know, if I had a nickel for every time closing to a finale that Meg's character caused some warp fuckery to happen in a 40k game, I've had 2 nickels, which isn't a lot. It's weird it happened twice in the 2 campaigns we've had.
I would not change it for the world.
I mean, on the bright side, Demons and Michelle this time.
There you go. Okay, hi, I am Turk, or Turk Accented, should you speak friend and wish to be mine. And I am super jazzed to continue to be your GM for this campaign, for this incredible group of players. If you want to see more of the work that I do, cool. And you can, of course, find me here on Neon Lights Roleplay, where some folks have already talked about it. I'll be here tomorrow night. And then I also spend time over on Lost Caravan RPG with Hoop and some other really great folks. So best way to see me is to hang out in those spaces. I'm also sometimes jumping over into High Shelf Collective now with occasional one-shots. They really like Royal Blood, so I've been maybe setting something up over there. That all being said, thank you all so much for joining us. It's, as usual, an absolute joy to play and see everyone going off in chat. It's fantastic that y'all are here. I would, I say it all the time. I do it even if it was just the cast watching, because they're incredible, and make sure you support them. But y'all being here makes it extra special. That all being said, thank you all so much. Have a great night. Take care of yourselves. We will see you on September 17th. Maybe? Oh, we might actually be swapping that out with a good death, but we'll figure that out. Keep it locked here regardless. Yeah. But that being said, take care of yourselves. See you next time. Good night.